Yo, 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 what's up, world? This your boy Rockstar, man, and welcome
What's
to
up with it?
episode of At My Mama's House. I think this episode 21. So we rolling into the new year, going hard, ain't missing a week, ain't missing a beat, from the suburbs to the streets. Bars. Yeah, man. So we got Trust in the building.
What's up with it, man? You gonna have to get you a countdown or something, Rock. You caught me off guard with this,
See?
brother.
My bad, man, my bad. What's up with you, King?
Hey y'all, what's going down, man? It's good to be back.
That's what's up. What's up with you, Rich?
Hey, one love.
Already, man. I know we was chatting about some things that's going on and all that little personal life. Yeah, man. Man, I'm telling it's crazy because when it comes to this podcast shit, bro, the news is so much. It's like you can never run out of dope, bro. We got so much dope to serve. We can't even serve enough of it to everybody, bro.
Straight up.
Yeah, so much stuff going on.
It's never a limit on new shit in the world, man.
Not enough.
Not news for sure. Definitely not news, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Before we get started, man, I want to holler at the ladies, whoever's watching this stuff, man. Look here, we need more women on the panel. So I want to make that clear. So for all the ladies out there who coming on here and they probably seeing nothing but men, it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. We welcome you, ladies. We want you to join the panel. All right. So any ladies out there that want to join the panel, DM me. All right. On Instagram at my mama's house. You see the link right there. So y'all get at me. So it's not on purpose. Okay. So you know what I mean? Yeah, EEOC around here, equal opportunity employee.
Yeah, you DEI.
Damn.
Not DI, equal.
Got him.
No, equal. DI ain't equal.
Got him.
I got you, brother.
Yeah, already. All right, so let's see. First, man, as always, man, we want to give a shout out. So,
Did you tell him you coming out to him humbly?
See?
Oh man, I almost forgot. You threw me out.
See?
As usual, I come to you humbly out of respect for life and life itself, man. I appreciate you. I show
There it is.
Yeah. All right, so let me go and get it started, man. We gonna do this first. All right, let me. All right, man. I don't know why. Hold on. Okay, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right, this lady here is she's a lady now. This is a young picture, and forgive me if I mess up her name. Zulaikha Patel. I want to give her flowers, man. I really want to give a shout out to. I did a lot of research on her, man, and basically she's a young girl who led the protest against a ban on Afro hair on black girls in her school in South Africa, and she actually won. This is a picture of Zulaikha Patel. It went viral when she took a stand after being repeatedly disciplined for her hair at a Pretoria Girls High School in South Africa. This is her at her school when they were told to fix their hair or keep it down by chemically straightening. August 2016, Zulaikha, who was 13 at the time, staged a silent protest with her school friends at the school's weekend fair. Back then, the school also prohibited students from speaking local African languages in classrooms. Students risked suspension, but the protest went viral and sparked a national debate on discriminations in schools in South Africa. After public pressure, the school suspended the policies and rescinded its discrimination code of conduct. Zulaikha Patel is now a full-time activist, and as you can see, she's grown up to be a beautiful, natural woman, and I am very proud to give her flowers. She's a beautiful lady. She clearly was born with the spirit in her to fight for her people, and she did it in a way where she could utilize her power to her advantage, even from a young child. So everybody out there, man, let's give a true shout out, man, to Zulaikha Patel. She's a full-time activist. She's a beautiful lady, and I personally am proud of her, and I thank her for her contributions, even as a young child. They may seem small in the beginning, but you'll be amazed at how much noise your little rumbles can make. So, man, give a shout out to this beautiful lady, man. I have to give her flowers.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's funny you did this for the icebreaker today, man, because I was watching something today, and they was talking about Ghana, about the schools in Ghana. And at the schools in Ghana, they forcing the girls to cut all of their hair off. And on top of that, just like out there in South Africa, they banning the local language in the schools. You're forced to speak the colonizers' language, man. So it's funny you put that on today. And that's crazy. I didn't know it was that type of party in Africa. When you think Africa, you know, you always thinking it's just blackness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's weird to see that they face a lot of the same oppressions that we do in the United States.
Yeah, and let me add to some correction to that. That's how it was. It's not like that anymore. A lot has changed in Africa. Like that has been banned. The natural hair thing has been banned. Forcing them to speak their language, that has been banned. Now, still a few countries where the French and some of the West have holes on them, but man, those moles have broken. Like Africa is truly different. But as you say, it still exists in some of those areas where the West do have a stronghold on it. Yeah, but if I tell you, it's a lot going on in Africa, man, and the movement is crazy. It's just that the West is silencing the rumble, but it is bananas over there right now, man. It is ever changing, bro, for real. Now that wasn't the icebreaker though, but what I did, you notice I added giving somebody their flowers, so that's something I want to start doing too, because like I told you last week, we give constructive criticism. And I didn't feel comfortable just always getting on the show and giving people constructive criticism. So I said, you know what, let me, add some sauce, in the pot and give people flowers too. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Okay. But shout out to that girl, man. I love them stories, man. It's a beautiful story. I did a lot of research on her. When y'all get time, man, check out, man. She that chick. She really real with it. And if you notice, she throws up that she get that from Wakanda.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Because Wakanda, she was a kid when it was out, and so she take that and that to see a young kid doing that, bro, and not scared, bro, like she got balls and some grown-ups. You know what I mean?
That's why I want to say I kind of like double back on what Trust was saying. It's like she was a kid when Wakanda, so it's like there's still some cultural norms that are still there that's got to get broken as well. Because, I mean, there's a lot of things that African countries over there were, like, kind of isolated from, like, the whole diaspora story. Yeah. What's really going on, a lot of that is just now breaking through, in a sense, because there was a gap in between the 80s and the 90s with all that apartheid stuff.
Yeah.
And then also like now here in America, I mean, right here in Texas, we still dealing with, people worried about what kind of haircut, how long your hair is, braids and stuff like that. We still got that here. So we still need old girl to come over here and bring attention over here, because I love that she bring attention to South Africa. But we still got that mess here, man. I mean, it's hair. It's hair.
Yeah.
It's like just really almost like a annoying kind of thing that we even have to deal with that.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm finna go to the icebreaker. Another good one, y'all. All right, let's see.
People being happy.
Why do you say that?
Because women with curly hair buy a straight. Women with straight hair buy a curler. Women with dark hair dye it blonde. Women with blonde hair dye it dark. Women with big boobs, they get a breast reduction. Women with small boobs, they get implants. I mean, you can't make that species happy. If they're light skinned, they want to get darker. There is no making them happy. They got eyebrows. They shave them off and draw new ones on.
Shout the season.
There is no making that species happy. When the Almighty created woman, He created a weird animal.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, I'm sure there's more. You're incapable of being happy.
Shit, he ain't lying on that.
Shit.
I mean, the shit ain't funny, but the shit funny.
Pass the offering tray around.
Man, that was accurate as shit, bro. Me and Joyce was talking about that. We had a conversation one time, and I was like, man, they cut their eyebrows off just to draw them back on. You can't make this up.
Yeah. That's how I know a chick crazy. You cut your own eyebrows. You have perfectly fine eyebrows, and you decided to draw them on.
Draw them on. That's insane, bro.
I can't even fuck with you no more.
And then they'll turn around and be like, you need to understand me. No, I will never understand you.
She don't understand that damn self.
You literally got to make up your mind. She literally got to make up her whole shit.
She cried.
I can't make up your mind. I can't make this up.
Boy, you is fool. You got to make up your mind. I'm done with this shit.
Bars.
Hey, King, it's too early for this shit, man. It's too early for this shit.
You canceled. Oh, man.
Whoa. Man, you got to make up your mind. Oh, no.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind, baby.
See?
Bruh. Woo, man, you killed that. That was a good one. That's a one-liner, bro. you can expect everybody to start saying that shit.
Make up your mind, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, let's go into the first time. Damn, you got to make up your mind.
Was that the icebreaker?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, you broke the icebreaker. I don't think y'all understanding what this man just said. You got to make up your mind.
Your mind.
Woo, goddamn, boy. We with the shits early, bro.
Oh, man.
Woo.
It's safe to come on here, ladies. It's safe to come on here.
For sure it is.
All right, man.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Yeah.
What was the consequence when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking.
In a shocking twist that's left Hollywood buzzing, Empire star Terrence Howard has come forward with jaw-dropping claims about none other than Sean Diddy Combs. During a recent appearance on the PBD podcast, Howard revealed that he once had a series of bizarre run-ins with the music mogul that crossed far beyond professional boundaries. According to Howard, it all began when Diddy invited him over, under the guise of helping him sharpen his acting skills, but things quickly turned strange. "I came over for coaching," Howard said, "but he just sat there watching me, not saying anything, just watching." The Oscar-nominated actor said the vibe was off, so off, in fact, that even his assistant sensed something fishy. That's when Howard claims he realized what was really going on. Diddy wasn't interested in helping him land a role. He allegedly had other intentions. "He was trying to blow my back out," Howard said bluntly, hinting that the bad boy boss was pushing for more than script read. "He wasn't trying to act. He was trying to stick his eggplant in me." Howard says he cut ties immediately after realizing the situation. "I had to protect my peace," he said. "I've run into folks like this in the industry before. Besties. Why did Terrence have to put it like that? Do you think that really happened? Y'all let us know down below in the comments."
All right. Also, fellas, make sure for viewer and audio purposes, we can either mute or just be silent when it's playing, just for audio purposes. All right. So Terrence Howard is in the news with some news breaking information, man. He basically was talking about Hollywood and how it's been a real challenge as a heterosexual male maneuvering in Hollywood and making it, and getting roles without having to, without having to sit on the stage couch. So I don't. To the people out there who don't understand Hollywood, they have code words. They got what they call a casting couch, and so that casting couch, it ain't the couch beyond. So that's for sure. You want to get roles based off the content of your character. So we're gonna start with Trust, man. What's your take on this, man? I mean, what's your take on it, man? Just in general, Hollywood and the male actor, the casting couch,
at some point, it falls back on you as a man. You know what I'm saying? If everywhere you trying to go, somebody trying to fuck you, I think you need to evaluate the vibes you put out.
Hello.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me say this, but I don't want to add that in there because he never said that. He spoke on just the individual issue with Puffy. He never said like guys are, but he also, in other words, I don't want to hold what exists in Hollywood against him either. You know what I mean? If that's Hollywood, it's Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's just like the rap game. You know what I mean? I don't want to hold it against the artist trying to maneuver in a music genre that's so violent. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you don't want to hold what against them?
I'm lost.
I'm responding to what Trust said about questioning.
But ain't that? But he said Puffy specifically, but he said he finding it hard to navigate through Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Saying he's getting hit on, basically, right?
No, I think he's saying as far as opportunities, you know what I'm saying? He's not taking the opportunities. If you watch the interview, he said there have been situations where they have a way of communicating with you where they talk in code, but it's up to you. If your manhood has a language.
That's what he said.
When they would come at him, you know what I'm saying, with that code, he can read it, and he bagged the fuck out. He even said in the interview he didn't have to slap some motherfuckers. So
okay,
yeah. See, I gotta watch the video. So that's why I say don't.
I watched the whole video, the whole damn. I watched it because I'm intrigued with this whole 1 time 1 is 2 thing that he got going on. You know what have you seen it? Not to get off topic, but
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
love
know,
it. I think he's a genius.
that's how the interviews started off with him talking about the one time one is two.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
So so I watched the interview. You know what I'm saying, and that's exactly what I'm saying. You know, for motherfucker be coming at you in cold. Like I done been places, and I done popped up, and the place was, you know, mostly gay. You know what I mean, or homosexual. I don't know what the word is to be politically correct about it, but it wasn't heterosexual. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't have no problem with motherfucker hinting at nothing or brushing up against the topic, or you get what I'm saying?
I mean
and I got gay friends, like my neighbor gay. My neighbor is a gay heterosexual man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not heterosexual, he's a gay, but he's a stiff gay guy. Like he cut grass and build houses and shit, but this nigga gay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was like, gay people know gay people. You see what I'm saying? So he was like, they not gonna come at you on that type of time, really, if you're not giving off them kind of signals. You get what I'm not trying to throw Terrence
100%.
Howard under the bus.
Yeah, because I don't agree with
I
it.
know you think I'm trying to throw
atmosphere.
Terrence under the bus, and that's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying, if motherfuckers started shooting at you, Terrence, you need to do something.
Yeah, and reevaluate.
I disagree.
Can I jump in here? Can I jump in here on Trust?
No, I disagree. I disagree. I think we putting. Okay, so let me give you an example, right? Because
wait.
Hold on, let me respond. So to me, getting fucked is getting fucked, right? So yeah, I'm serious. Like I don't give a damn if you financially fucking me, you fucking me. You know what I'm saying? So my point is I've been in the rap game. I was in the rap game for 20-something years. Mm-hmm. I've had deals offered to me left and right here and there. Them deals was them offering me to sign to agree to fuck me. That don't mean I'm entertaining the shit. That don't mean, you see what I'm saying? But when you're in when you're in a certain atmosphere, you got to fight through those choppy waters. King is in the movie business. It's worse than the rap game. I mean, King Entertainers just like you gotta, it's a battle. Every battle is a different battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't question, the person, man.
You gotta question the person.
No, you don't.
Well, I think we're talking about two different things here.
Exactly.
Because what Trust and what y'all are saying, what y'all applying, in the regular world, that does exist. That's real. But in this entertainment, just when he was talking about, I know how to maneuver through vultures and shit like that. This is what he's talking about. Like it, and as far as like you exuding how manly you are and just all that stuff, that shit kind of attracts them because you're the prey. They hunting. They got money. They got power. They want power. It has nothing to do with we think you gay or don't know. No, we haven't had you while you at our party. We haven't had that booty. It's that shit. It ain't no shit like where it's like, oh, you can let me check out because it happened 3 times. No, it's like, oh, we about to fly to Miami and we're gonna do a video shoot. Yo, hey, I need a pack of shit. Oh, don't worry about it. We're gonna go to the mall and get some shit. All right, bet. We go to the mall. All right, I'm looking at Target, Kmart boxers. They going in Balenciagas, getting all this other stuff. So you see a gaggle of dudes, grown dudes, getting underwear and Crocs bought by another man because they trying to hang in his little circle. And so they get mad at people like me because I'll go to TJ Maxx and I can go get a $22 pair of shoes and meet you on the beach. But if you don't have your mindset like Rock talking about, you gonna get financially fucked, literally fucked. Like I've had lawyers tell me.
But don't that still mean that?
Let him land.
I'm about to land right here. I had lawyers tell me, hey, if you go to a party and the party's gonna last past 3 o'clock in the morning, make sure you put duct tape around your ass. So that way, if they put something in your thing, put something in your drink, and you pass out, when they rip that duct tape off, it'll wake your ass up. Tell me I'm lying.
Rich.
You have to. I'm with Trust. You got to look at the individual. I'm sorry, fellas. I can go to I don't know what event, but I don't think we're gonna talk about my asshole and anything of that sort, because I don't give you that off. And I understand what you're saying, but trust and believe. Homosexuals gonna feel, they gonna see the weakness, they gonna see it. They not going at no problem. Don't nobody want no problem. Even a man ain't gonna holler at a woman he don't think he can get. So you think a nigga man finna holler at another, they hollering at you because they either know, they either see it, or they either, hey, I don't know what it is, because we not that, so we don't know what that sixth sense is. But trust and believe. If they steady shooting at your booty, Howard, it's something about you. You need to reevaluate about yourself. I'm just saying, maybe just the size of your britches, maybe the way you wear your hair, maybe the way you say a couple of things, your mannerisms. But you're gonna have to get it together, because ain't no way in hell a man gonna keep shooting at your booty and you straight. Ain't no way. They're gonna be like, don't mess with that man.
But here's the thing, hold on. But here's the thing, Rich.
He's gonna go out. You know he's gonna go out.
So, but here's the thing, Rich. But you're adding stuff in the pot that's not there. Terrence never said that. We never said that.
Hey,
we never said. Hold on, let me my point. I'll let you respond. We never said that one particular guy is steady coming at somebody, right? You know what I'm saying? Now he did speak on Puffy, but you got to understand, when it comes to doing business with somebody, you don't know their intentions off top in the beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know that off top. You got to remember this. King took the words out of my mouth when he said men are hunters. So you can't sit here and tell me that there are some men who won't try you. There are, and you got to remember, they won't quote unquote straight men. That's their challenge. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's not saying that they not gonna respect them. You see what I'm saying? But every now and then, somebody will try you, especially when you're in this business. It's a volatile business. You know what I mean? And
ain't volatile. That's gay.
No, I said the
volatile ain't gay. Gay is exception. That means I'm gonna accept you to mess with my booty.
Okay,
I'm accepting that. That's exception.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm just asking because it's not for me to say.
Yes.
Have you ever been in the streets?
Of course.
Have you ever did business in the streets where you didn't pay taxes?
Of course.
Okay. Have you ever been robbed?
Yes.
I rest my case.
What that mean?
Just because you've been robbed, and just because you know that there's a potential risk of somebody trying to rob you, that didn't stop you from doing what you did, and that doesn't make you open to being robbed. Same situation.
You was doing something that made you a target to be robbed.
No. Let me get this together. Say, Rob, selling drugs and trying to get my booty, that's way two different things, player. If I'm selling drugs, I know what come with that. If I'm selling drugs, I know what come with that. And I know why I'm getting robbed.
Being in the music and entertainment industry,
I didn't been around. Listen, I understand the music, but let's get to another place. I was in the penitentiary, and my cellie messed with men. He ain't never shot in my booty. He had told me, he said, I just see them bitches and I know which one.
That's an individual.
Excuse me. I'm talking about a real life situation. I had to sleep night in and night out with a nigga who take booty. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, I've come to my room and he tell me, hey, I'm gonna have a little company tonight. You gotta figure it out. And I go hang out and get out of place while he while he had relations. So
But your
you telling me
your
about
cellmate is not the whole prison. Your cellmate is not the entire music or entertainment history. You can't use one isolated example and judge one man being hit.
I'm gonna use what you just told me, Rock. You telling me now the whole music industry is gay. They gonna shoot at your boots. You just said that. You just said that. I didn't put a word. You said that. You said you and Mr. Kane right there. You said that. Y'all two. I'm a point. Y'all two said that.
Rich, I'm saying I don't know, bro. I'm gonna put it like that. From what I've seen on from my side, I've been in the music side on the stage. I've been behind the camera. I've been in the office, the planning part.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, Rich, I don't know. That's what me and Rock are trying to say is that maneuvering in this entertainment business, you don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers because of their lifestyle. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that we. That doesn't
by not wanting to ruffle, because I'm a ruffle. If you gay, I'm just have that nigga.
No.
Hey,
let me
man,
finish,
don't
nigga.
go over there.
Hey,
That
no,
nigga,
let me
try to
finish
get
what
your
I'm
booty.
saying.
That nigga punk.
He
I'm
was
gonna
on
say
pause.
it. I
You
ain't
need to jump
ruffling.
in.
The pebbles are ruffle.
Okay.
You know not to do that,
No,
right?
what I'm saying, no, you talked about.
I'm gonna
you
tell
putting
you.
extra variables.
If you say booty one more goddamn time,
you putting variables in there.
We'll say ass then. Whatever we want
That's
to say.
worse.
Well, shit, you gotta say
You
something.
putting extra variables in there.
You putting all the energy into the ass.
You just
Wait a minute.
said
Pause.
you don't want to ruffle feathers.
Pause.
And you accepting some things. Because, you know, in ruffling,
Nobody
that
knows.
mean I ain't accepting nothing.
God damn. Rich, hold up. No. When I say ruffle feathers, I'm using that as a reference. I'm using that as a euphemism or reference. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to piss nobody off. You don't know who is watching, who got the button to get you a deal. Not saying you're trying to go lay down with them.
If the nigga want my booty, I don't care if he got the button. I don't want it. What you mean? You said I don't care who I make mad who trying to get niggas booty.
No, you know, ain't nobody trying to get nobody booty. Ain't nobody trying to get nobody booty.
Ain't nobody
if I can, Mr. Rich, and I came in.
Ain't nobody trying to get nobody booty.
Okay, we're gonna let Raz chime in. Come on. I don't know if you came in on the butt end of the
I got enough about the Terrence Howard. And I know if somebody's trying to get somebody booty in Hollywood, we already know who that is.
See?
But listen, what I got from Terrence Howard is this. And I agree with Rocky King. I mean, some dudes want to make it so bad that they feel like one night I can take that for stuff, right?
Yep.
But and here's what I got from Terrence Howard. If Puffy's that aggressive, it must work, right? If he tried 10 niggas, he probably hitting 6. If he that aggressive, right? So it's working. He wouldn't just be trying something that don't work with Terrence Howard, right? This nigga's a star, right? So it must work in the music or Hollywood. That approach probably worked, man. That's what I got from Terrence Howard. I'm like, if Puffy did that, this ain't his first time. This is just an MO for him. And it probably worked.
They saying that when this man locked up. They ain't said that when that man was out.
Because he got power.
He got power.
He had too much power.
He had the best parties.
Well, he ain't about to if
y'all going
you might not even have a run-in with
the best party because he got power.
But listen, the power.
I ain't heard
what I mean by power is this.
Now Puffy story. He like
what I mean by power is this. You might not even have a run-in with Puffy. You might get on this podcast and say something bad, and then you wake up tomorrow to go to your audition and they didn't cancel you. And you like, I ain't never met Puffy, but he saw what you said about it.
Yep.
Yeah, Rich taking it too literal. At the end of the day, the example I use is it's no different than when you in the streets. Man, when I was in them streets, I knew what came with it. right? Somebody's gonna try you, but that didn't stop me from hustling. You just was prepared to handle it when it came. The entertainment industry the same way.
Women been doing that, right? Women been taking that road to success.
To help y'all out on this here, and I'm just
not agree with my example.
I'm gonna help you out, Rap. Just like you said in the street. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm sure Trust you gonna feel me here, brother, because I just want to let him go. So let me go and end it for me. When you said that happened in the street, when them niggas robbed me, I went shot them niggas back up. I ain't never been robbed again. So what I'm saying is they gonna try you. Excuse me. I'm saying, so if they tried me that once, it's gonna be said, fuck with that nigga, this was gonna happen. Or this, that, and other. I'm not saying they won't try you. That's what I'm saying in the industry. They know who. If a nigga tried Terrence on the first interview and he got him to the couch and touched the leg, he told the next one, he cut me off at the leg. So he get to the shoulder. See, you accepting. Because they done told you the first time when I touched that nigga. See, I saw Mario Van Peebles' daddy. He did a thing about that, how the Hollywood nigga was butt naked on him. He whooped that white man ass, and they knew not to try him like that. They told him, Mario Van Peebles' daddy gonna fight. I'm just saying. That's a fact. And you a movie guy. King, you a movie guy. You know I'm not bullshitting. Go look that up. Marvin,
hold on.
No, I'm saying. I'm just saying. So, Terrence Howard, you accepted that from Puffy as long as he had money and power.
Let me ask you a question.
You mad he ain't got that no more. You gonna sell on.
What you're doing is you're individualizing this one incident. I'm talking about in general. How many fights you done had? Huh?
A lot.
Okay, you just proved my goddamn point.
What?
You just
what point I proved?
Let me explain.
I fucked a lot of niggas gals and they wanted to fight me, man. I'm sorry. That's what I was.
You said you talking about one nigga coming trying you again after you whooped him. What I'm saying is
after I shot him up.
Can we take turns? In your lifetime, in these goddamn streets, you've had several fucking fights. Just because you
I'm getting on rock. I didn't get in trouble like
one nigga's ass,
right there.
Two niggas' ass. That don't mean that another nigga won't try you. Yep. That's called life, nigga. So in the life of the entertainment industry, every now and then, if you're in it long enough, more than one motherfucker might try you. You gotta
you make the right example.
But that don't make so basically, if you done had 10 fights, I can safely say based off your synopsis that what is it about you that make niggas comfortable with trying your ass?
I keep fucking with they bitches, Rock. I keep trying to tell you that I was a young fool, man. Them niggas want hot about they hoes. They want to fight, man. I'm not lying. They gonna last right now. They already want. Ain't not about my hustle skill. They want to try. Hey, they were trying me behind the wall, man.
You moving the goalpost, but you got it.
I'm telling you the truth. I don't want to lie. That's why I was getting in the fight.
Moving the goalpost. This dude
moving
the ground.
The hell out that goalpost.
This dude the ground. He got the goalpost.
He asked me why I was getting in the fight. Am I wrong, Trust? He said why I was getting in the fight. That I was my fault. That was
goalpost.
With that
it wasn't that they just said he look weak, I'm a triumph. Like he look gay, I'm a triumph. That's what I'm saying. You look like Rock. I don't have no problem.
Crazy.
I don't think a nigga walk in and try you. I don't think a nigga walk in and try you without.
That's like a nigga calling me weak because each. All right, you got it. I think
they go. And you in Atlanta, I don't think they'll walk up and say, "Hey, big boy." No, you don't get that off. You know that. You know that.
Somebody have tried me since I've been down there.
See,
it's
how many times? How many times?
What?
Man,
you set that example. See?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. But I don't go nowhere. I stay in the house, so I'm not putting myself in the position for somebody to try me. But guess what?
But
hold on. But guess what? Where I work at, every night I have to check niggas more often than not because of my work, my atmosphere. Hold on, let me finish. So guess what? Terrence Howard's job is a fucking actor. That's his job. So if you work there, you have to deal with the potential hazards on the job. It don't mean he weak. It's just that he works there. He has to hold a certain level of professionalism, and there's a certain way he have to check motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He's just being professional.
You can't just be a bruiser.
David Chappelle didn't put that dress on. Why he do? David Chappelle say he ain't putting no dress on.
He ain't
still
jumping nobody either.
I'm just saying. So you ain't got to be perfect friend when you got money.
You see,
because I saw the pictures when they was all hugged up.
But you want to know the crazy part about this King Raz and Trust? Terrence Howard even said he had to put a nigga on his ass. Yep. But you still questioning Terrence Howard. He let you got damn right. My hands on you.
Nah.
Howard crazy, but he ain't. I think Howard. I think he is. I think
that nigga is crazy as heck, but he a man though. I don't think.
Yeah, like come on, bro.
Yes. All right.
Now, he gave up game in that interview.
Y'all know Rich don't like light-skinned niggas anyway. So.
Well, that nigga say it's a difference between a man and a guy.
You don't even like Drake, Nick.
I hate Drake. Oh Lord, yes.
He hate yellow niggas.
Yes, I can't. I don't like Drake.
I don't know why you hate
I'm the only light-skinned nigga like.
I don't like Drake. It ain't.
I'm the only light-skinned nigga like. I'm telling you.
He might not like you, man. You gotta follow me.
My whole family light. I gotta like light people. I'm light, nigga. I don't think I'm black.
And I don't mean this nigga argue with me every day about Drake, man. I'm like, nigga, you just hate Drake. It ain't even about the music, nigga. You hate Drake.
At this point, I hate him. Yes, at this point,
that nigga just hate yellow niggas, man. Watch your back,
it
right?
ain't yellow. You see that? See that?
Yeah, damn, boy.
Ain't no yellow hate. But now, listen. But we good.
Come on, we're gonna go to the next subject, man. We got a lot of topics. All right, so here we go. Give me a second.
His brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms.
Austin Metcalf's final.
Producers, this plugin helps you finish your tracks way faster. Check this out. I'm going to start with this loop that I made here.
Final moments, his dad says, were spent in his twin brother's arms.
And I rushed up there, and I saw him on the gurney, and I could tell.
17-year-old died Wednesday, police say, after being stabbed by another student at a high school track meet in Frisco, Texas.
Not conscious, not breathing. He was stabbed.
His twin brother, who was there, told their dad the incident began when the pair asked the student to move to a different seat.
He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart.
Police are not saying what caused the altercation, but have arrested 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, an athlete from a rival school, now charged with murder. Anthony has not yet fled. The North Texas community in shock.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Grieving alongside Austin's family, who are remembering the high school junior as a bright student athlete who was MVP of his football team and had a 4.0 GPA.
He was loved by many. He was a leader. He believed in God. He was a great kid. Made me the proudest father in the world.
Tonight, his family leaning on that faith to forgive.
I already forgive this person. God takes care of things. God's going to take care of me. God's going to take care of my family.
Priscilla Thompson, NBC News.
All right, so before we talk about it, I'm gonna show one more video because there's been a lot of mixed feelings about it. It's become a race issue as well. So let's check out this video and then we'll talk about it.
Y'all not gonna make me believe or feel any kind of sympathy for Austin Metcalf at all. He put his hands on that young man when he should have kept them hands to himself. When the young man told him, touch me and see, you better not touch me, that meant that I don't want you in my space. I don't want you touching me. Rosa Parks days is over. You cannot think that you can move somebody out of a seat that you don't own. and think that it's going to be okay. And you can't determine how I'm going to retaliate on you when you put your hands on me in an aggressive manner. Austin Metcalf got exactly what he deserved. Point blank, period. It's time out for feeling sorry for somebody's feelings or feeling emotional about somebody's feelings. Austin Metcalf should have kept his damn hands to himself. Point blank, period.
Whew. All right, so what we're gonna do is, for viewing purposes, I'm gonna let Trust go first, and then we'll kind of just, figure it out through conversation the next. So we'll just make sure we let everybody let them land their plane. So Trust, what's your thought on it, man? It's a lot of mixed reviews. It done turned into a race thing. I did some research on it, not to the fullest extent, but enough to, I guess, come to a verdict on the situation. But what's your thoughts on it? And also, before we had a conversation, just want to give my condolences to the family of the victim. So I don't wish death on nobody. Don't want nobody to lose their son. But as far as the situation, what's your thoughts on it? How it played out? What's justified? What's not justified? Talk to me, Trust.
Well, I wasn't present. None of us was present, to justify why that young man went to the extent that he went to. You know what I'm saying? But me just looking at the little clips that I'm looking at right now, that at the end of the day, they both kids. 17 years old. They both children. You know what I'm saying? I got kids older than them. You know what I mean? They both kids. So my heart goes out to both sides of the family. You know what I mean? Because when you have situations like this, both parties lose. You know what I'm saying? We got one 17-year-old young man who might possibly spend the rest of his life in jail, and we got another young 17-year-old man who's never gonna go back home to his family. You know what I mean? So it's a messed up situation, and I'm not gonna put race nowhere in it, because if it was two black kids and one of them was to stab each other, or get into it, and somebody lose their life behind some nonsense, really, my heart would still go out to both sides of the family. So I'm not gonna play the race card in it or nothing like that. It's just, to me, an all-around sad situation, man. And to all the youngsters out there, no matter what color you is, you know what I'm saying, you have to think. You gotta think. You know what I mean? Because one bad situation can cost you your whole life.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna let Rich chime in after you. Rich, talk to us. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I hate to be on the other side and say fuck him, but that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing no bootlicking right here, man. I know. It's past that, but that's where I'm at in life, man. I don't want to lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Fuck him. You understand what I'm saying? I bet he won't do that again. See, we need him in Hollywood, and that's it.
All right. So Trust. Since it's a difference of opinion, rebuttal.
I think I understand where Rich coming from about it. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at it from a racial standpoint. White boy tells black boy to get up, like on some, this our section. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at it from their point of view. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at two high school kids. You see what I'm saying? And think back when we was in high school. You know what I'm saying? We didn't got it. Because I done got into tussles with people over seats and shit like that in school. Because that's the kind of shit you do in school. You know what I mean? It's the cool kids seat. We sit right here. You know what I mean? Thank God, it never went to the point where somebody lost their life over the nonsense. You know what I mean? And I'm not bootlicking at all, Rich. I'm just saying, the way I'm looking at it is just two kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at it from a black or white point of view. You know what I mean? Because it could have been a black young man in that same situation. Then is it still fuck him?
Yeah. Fuck him, go for whoever in that situation. But let me say this. This is the point I'm getting at. That little kid ain't just come on that bus and said that day. I bet his daddy at home taught him that. He got that behavior from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So when I say fuck him, you taught your son that, you got your son killed. You got your son killed, teach him that bullshit. See, I see the child part of it, but that child got it from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? I'm just glad that that black boy understood that white people, you ain't gonna do that to us now. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get along, or we gonna disagree and get along. But that days of that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Them new YNs, they ain't trying to hear that. And I gotta back them. I ain't gonna turn my back on them. And I understand what you're saying. They two youngsters, but you gotta remember that youngster learned that behavior and that attitude from somewhere. Because his daddy ain't at home saying, love your black brother and let them have a seat. Now his daddy's like, fuck them.
Can I
put them niggas in their place.
That rich man?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Raz. I love to hear your voice.
Same as you saying the white kid's father taught him that. Same thing with the black. He's 17. He don't know nothing about Rosa Parks. He haven't experienced the racism we experienced. You're an older man. You probably the oldest dude on the panel, Rick.
Yeah.
So for you to feel that, it's justifiable. I think it's wrong, but it's justifiable because you didn't see racism. That 17-year-old kid ain't seen racism to the extent we have. And to make him pull a blade and kill somebody, he was taught that too, right?
Yes.
He was, and here's something else. I was sitting doing some thinking today, right? Who has better handles on their race, right? Black people do the most jacked up stuff, but we can control our people. White people can't. If y'all went into y'all hood and say, listen here, these young niggas ain't finna sell dope here no more. We can make that happen. Black people can. White people can't. And so in that case, man, it is bad for both sides. And I think kids are bringing older people fights to the fight ground because they ain't been around long enough to have that type of hatred towards each other, man. They're taking our energy and bringing it to the battlefield, and everybody gets the consequences from stuff like that, man. So just like that dude daddy taught him racism, that hatred for a white boy got in that black kid from somewhere else. He's 17. He ain't experienced no life to where he felt like, okay, I gotta pull a knife on this dude, right? Maybe one of us have, right? I don't know y'all. I know y'all background except for King. And if I heard one of y'all do that, I get it. Because we didn't all been through some stuff that racism. But a 17-year-old kid, nah, man, you ain't been through nothing so bad that you got to pull a knife on a white boy, man. That ain't, nah, bro. Somebody gave you that. Somebody coded you to do that, man. And the consequences of that, you're going to spend the rest of your life behind bars.
Gotcha. All right, King, talk to us.
You muted.
My bad, I had it on mute. Yeah, man, I really don't have much to say. I kind of agree with pretty much everybody on the panel. Rich, I mean, I'm a little far from where yours at, but I do get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But it's two. I see like trust, like it's two 17-year-old, 16-year-old kids. Wasn't there. I mean, all I could do is go back and forth with the facts that we all been hearing, on both sides. He punched him in the face. It was bleachers. It wasn't seats. I feel like it's definitely a media, a piece of meat that has been great. It's back to the racism stuff again to try to separate. But on the real, as far as the violence goes, it's like, man, damn, it's just fucked on both sides because, like you said, he's probably going to spend the rest of his life behind bars unless the stand your ground can come into play for him. Just like Homeboy thought that Skittles was a threat to his life, and he was able to kill Trayvon Martin over some Skittles. And then right now we're looking at this one kid. We don't know if he's able to stand his ground by being mushed in the face, punched in the face, or pushed out of on the metal bleachers. Don't know what's going to happen with him. We don't know what kind of school situation they're going in, because I know when I was younger, I carried around some sort of shank weapon too with me in certain areas that I knew I had to walk. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna go home at late at night, it's gonna be dark and it's just me. And I grew up. I went to school in North Texas, around those areas. Played against Plano and Frisco in football. So it's a different territory now than it was in the time that I was going to school, and it was a little bit more affluent and white oriented, of course, in those areas. So, man, I feel for both families. I think it's crazy. That's all I can say, man. I'm gonna land my plane right there.
Woo, man, that's a deep topic, bro. Man. So I guess here's my thoughts on it. First of all, two wrongs don't make a right. Secondly, out of all the things that I looked at when I thought about the situation and I seen how it became a racial issue and a defensive issue or if it was my child issue as opposed to if it wasn't my child. And it's the honest to God truth. I thought about my kids, and I thought about my precious kids and my precious nieces and nephews. They were all very, very active in sports. They actually all got to college through sports, right? And what bothers me about this incident is that I watch my nieces and nephews and my kids go through college. And I know for a fact, because I've talked to them, they've all dealt with racism. They've all dealt with having issues with another school member or classmate or some type of beef, right? But they got through it. And they didn't have to stab nobody. They didn't stab nobody. They didn't get stabbed. And one of the problems I have with us as a people and as a culture is that it seems like the more we become free, or the more white people become more tolerant to us as as regular people, as humans, as equals, the more we seem to start to act like them, right? You know, this is something that a white guy would have did if a black kid would have looked at a white woman back in the days, right? And when that happened, we talked about how evil that was, how inhumane that was. And here it is, we're using the same justification that they used when they hung our black ass for quote unquote looking at a white woman. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I think it's bad for race relations, and I think it's disrespectful to the ones who came before us and the ones who actually lived through it. One of the things that they taught us was how to maneuver in these racial trenches. And we just can't forget and act like this man didn't knowingly bring a knife to attract me. Right? Now, we've all been to high school games. We know they check.
That's against law, too. That's against law by itself.
It's against the law.
How y'all know he wasn't bullied? How y'all know he wasn't messing with
It don't matter. If six dudes bullying you, you can't bring a knife to the freaking track meet, dog.
Yeah. So my whole point is this. It's a problem when they do it, but it's okay when I do it. I don't like that shit. Let me give you an example, right? 78% of child molesters was molested. But that don't make it right. So I get it, okay? Majority of us, the prison system, the Jim Crow, they took our daddy away from us. It put us in these fucked up positions, but that don't make it right. It don't make it right. You know, my grandpa used to tell me this: life ain't fair. Find the best way to get around it. You got to beat your opponent within the rules. We did it in sports. We did it we did that in every facet of society. So for him to bring a goddamn knife to that track meet and stab that boy,
he was right.
Over a seat issue, he cheated life. And now he facing life. And that's my take on it. It's shit not cool, man. That shit not cool, bro.
Can I rebuttal something you said, Rob?
Go ahead.
There's a couple things you said there, man, that really, really touched me as a black man. As you said, the ancestors. First, the thing that you said was, as the white man tolerate. We don't need nobody to tolerate a goddamn thing.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Yes,
no,
you
we
do.
Don't. That's the problem. That's the problem. I'm looking for toleration. I'm not looking for toleration and acceptance. I'm not. I don't need you to accept me. I don't need you to tolerate me. I don't need nobody in my life that gotta tolerate me.
Yeah.
But leave the country.
Your grandpa didn't tell you that people tolerate you.
Man,
I'm being totally honest. You don't need toleration from them.
You know what's funny? Hold on. You know what's funny about this conversation? Out of all I said, out of all the truth I said, motherfucker, pick one word out of it. I can't make this shit up.
Right there.
You pick one goddamn word.
I'm going to stand up for the niggas.
I rest my motherfucking case,
I'm
man.
starting right
That's
now.
the problem with me.
You
We
just
do
let me
an
say
emotional
one.
shit.
I'm getting the
That's
truth.
That's an emotional response.
The first one was a toleration
You
conversation.
pick one goddamn word out of every fucking thing I
said.
say.
The second one
You
is
can't
when
make
you
this shit
said,
up.
when they do it and
I'm
we
done.
do it. No, it ain't that. Let me explain something to you.
But you look,
I don't
you
care
have
if
to
I don't care if
pick.
that nigga had a
Ooh,
missile.
let me find one.
If he
You out
wouldn't
there
have
not
came
say
and
one
fucked with
wrong
that
word.
boy, he
What
wouldn't
not
have
say
saw
one
what he had.
wrong word,
That's
and I'm
what you
using it
saying.
against him.
That's what you saying.
But look, you pick one word out of all that real shit I said.
If we do it, I ain't saying that. If this could be solved if the white boy didn't fuck with that nigga. That's how simple this was. I don't care if he had a rocket launcher, a grenade. If he wouldn't have fucked with that nigga, he wouldn't have found that out. And that's what I'm saying. When you tiptoe around that and try to say he brought a knife. Yeah, you need a knife. You going to all them white folks. You goddamn right. His daddy might told him to take that.
You can't take a knife to a track meet, man.
Yes, you can.
I ain't saying you don't need one. I'm saying you can't take one.
When you say you can't take one, you saying you don't need one. You saying the same thing right there.
No.
If there's a bunch of people that take your pocket knife.
Make this shit up, man. Can't make this shit up.
For the viewers,
tolerating from a white person.
You know this, Rich. For the viewers, when he talk about his nieces and nephew, he talk about my daughters and sons.
I understand that.
Do I want somebody walking around and they all college and gone, just like he said? While I was sitting in them seats watching them perform them sports, was it cool for somebody to walk around there with a blade? Heck no. I don't care what color you is.
How you know he got the blade if you didn't mess with him?
That's all I'm saying.
You don't know he got the blade if you don't mess with him. Y'all talking about the blade.
We made it. Like he said, my kid made it safe. I can't complain about that, but I'm saying in hindsight.
We found out about the blade.
I'm saying in hindsight, man, it ain't cool to have a blade and you know what ginned him up to do that. I cannot believe that
had a gun at that motherfucker.
Here's what's controversial about what I say. I can't believe that fight ginned him up to stab him. He had other stuff going on in him. And I guarantee you, we dig into the story, man, and you look at some of his influences, they probably was unhealthy, bro, and they put him to the place where he ready to put a knife in somebody.
You and your brother-in-law, you and Mr. Rock there, y'all won't put the blame on the nigga. Y'all don't put shit on the white boy. You said, I bet he influenced him. Everybody influenced him. He can't fuck with him, and he
committed the crime.
He done what he He done that. He was free.
If the white boy did something wrong, he
we can't have a screaming match. Come on, man. Come on.
When he messed with him. And you
can't
know
have
that.
a screaming match, bro. Come on. We hear you, nigga. We hear the bullshit. Go.
You know what? Y'all protect the white folks, and I'm gonna protect the black folks. That's how I see this. I think because you just said you talking about the you know, no, hell no, you shouldn't have did.
He did. So if he did something wrong, he immediately got his consequence. So what are we gonna put on him now?
What you mean? You're saying
did.
y'all was protecting the white boy, saying, well, he shouldn't have had a knife. He shouldn't have fucked with him. Throw the knife away. If he wouldn't have never walked over him and messed with him.
Russ just said earlier, kids gonna fucking be kids, man.
Now, don't cry about it if you get stuck then. If you're a kid, don't cry about it if you get stuck. See, now you're asking for some, that's what you want. You want Jesus as a baby or you want him on the cross? Ask him. Tell me.
Boy,
you're telling me kids gonna be kids. And then
that 17-year-old man did not have, I don't care if he was self-defending himself, he did not have the right to put a knife to somebody's heart at a track meet. Now, if he in the woods or the parking lot, it's a whole different story. Man, you had a track meet, man.
Do you think he's a nice man at 17? He just stuck that nigga. He didn't know where he stuck him. He got lucky.
What the fuck? This nigga's a quarterback. He not an aim, nigga.
He just
what?
He don't know he's sticking him in the heart.
That's what I'm saying.
His job is to hit the fucking target.
He's a quarterback, not a doctor. He's a quarterback.
He didn't know where he was stabbing him.
Nah, he don't
You
know.
hear this excuse bullshit? Y'all giving this nigga an excuse for murder.
You see,
because he's black.
The white folk again. I told y'all why.
Y'all niggas is giving this nigga an excuse for murder because he's fucking black.
No, because he's a kid. Not because he's black, because he's a kid.
And he stuck him where he just stuck him. He wasn't. I bet he wasn't trying to stick it in his heart and kill him.
Oh, so y'all just know this shit. Y'all just
know this.
What else know? Look, if we gonna debate something, talk what you know. Y'all making assumptions. Y'all don't know he didn't try to stick him in the heart. You don't know.
You don't know that he did. You can't.
The fuck he did though. I know he did.
But I don't.
Let me say this.
I know he did.
You ain't gotta hit a man in the heart to kill him either.
Thank you.
So what we gonna talk about, the killing, or we gonna talk about the white
boy?
If
you put a knife in somebody's body, you can't. Oh man, I didn't know I would hit it. They could die. They could die from that.
If you walk up and slap me, and he stuck him, he not wrong.
Boy, you gonna find every goddamn thing to make your ass right.
This is what I will say.
I'm just saying, it's a fact.
This is what I will say to lean into you, Rich, but not agree with you. He's not wrong for defending himself, but bringing a knife to a youth function, you did wrong, and you stabbed a man, and you gone forever, bro. That's a lost situation.
I really think that was
both parties was wrong, though.
Because the YNs these days, they got clips. What they call the dicks hanging out. So if that young man just had a little pocket square to protect himself because he was in the area that Mr. King said, told us
because
white.
He so far to prove your point. You talking about fucking banana clips now. What the fuck that got to do with the shit?
You're not listening. Your ears closer to your mouth than mine. So you ought to hear what you're saying. I hear what I'm saying. All I'm saying is YN now, they carry more guns than knives. So I'm saying,
what that has to do with the debate? A kid stabbed a kid.
See, you know.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this because I never got to win. I never got to win. I'm gonna say this. Let me say this.
Let me hear you.
There's a saying: don't lose the war trying to win a fucking battle. That motherfucker just lost the war trying to win a fucking battle because he gonna do life. You understand? And I'm gonna tell you a second thing.
What the fuck?
Let me give you a second thing. Let me say this.
Isn't it crazy?
And here's how I move, right? Here's how I move. There's this thing called freedom of speech. And I done talked to Trust about this. I done talked to many of my friends about this. And there's a lot of niggas dead because of how they reacted to someone else exercising their freedom of speech. You got to know when to just let shit go. You got to know when to let shit go. I don't give a damn if that white boy called them a nigga. I don't give a damn if they tried to get him out the seat or whatever. It's a certain way to handle shit, bro. It's a certain way to handle shit. And guess what? If he didn't give a fuck about all he had going, to lose, then he deserved to rot in a jail for the rest of his life. And just like if the dude he stabbed taught that kid how to say nigga and not like niggas, well, guess what? It go both ways. Clearly, his damn mama or his mom and daddy didn't teach his ass no home training either. Because he brought a fucking knife to a goddamn high school track meet. A deadly weapon, by the way. How can y'all justify this shit?
Because you protecting the white boy, man. Quit acting like that. I'm not gonna say let you with that shit.
Or you own
with that bullshit
with
that white boy.
Man, fuck that you sensitive ass, over emotional. My mama wasn't, my grandma was a slave ass nigga. Steady crying about slavery.
He brought a deadly weapon. That
nigga,
knife
you
wasn't
don't
deadly until that Peckerwood fuck with him.
You still
that knife would have stayed in his pocket.
Great grandma picking cotton. Nigga, that shit over with.
Man,
hold on, Rock. So are you saying, Rock? Hold on. Are you saying that the white boy was right?
Yes, that's what he's saying.
Are you saying that the white boy wasn't
wrong?
Don't
put words in my mouth. I never said he was right.
I didn't put no words in your mouth.
So you're insinuating that. If I didn't say
that's a question.
Listen, if I didn't say it, don't ask me if I said it. Y'all got ears.
But I never heard you once. I never heard you once say anything derogatory about the white boy, but you're saying derogatory.
What the fuck did y'all not hear me? I said
hold on, let me finish. You're not letting
me
finish.
No, you did.
You're not letting me finish.
The white side not letting
you
that
never
happen,
said
Rob.
one derogatory statement about the white boy, but you said derogatory statements about the black
side.
So that's why I asked you the question. So that's why I asked you the question.
But did I not say
the white boy was wrong?
About the white boy.
You say what?
You got 3 people on your panel.
I said this shit. I said about his daddy teaching him to be a racist. I said about him trying to get him up out his seat. I said about him calling him a nigga.
You ain't talking
about his daddy. We're talking about him.
I said the white boy called him a. I said if the white boy called him a nigga.
If he didn't call him a nigga, he's still not wrong for going to mess with him. Only a nigga make him wrong. Come on, black man.
You know what I experienced about the YNs though, Rich.
I don't fuck with niggas.
Talk to me. See,
this is what I experienced about the YNs, man.
I like that.
I've been watching when these dudes get these cases and they be collapsing in court and crying. Yeah. They don't know the severity of the lifestyle they trying to live, right? Okay. That's one thing about our generation. When you squeeze that thing, you stood there and took it in the face, man. But these dudes crying, they look like little women in the court because they don't understand. And I don't want to make fun of them on that case. It's just they don't know the severity of the guns they doing.
It's making emotional judgment, and they're getting fucked off by it. Here's my problem, Raz. Let me tell you my problem with black people these days.
A nigga.
Let me finish.
How did we get to black people?
Let me get finished. I got to because here's the no. Let me finish because you motherfuckers is sitting here defending a nigga based off of color. If it was the other way around, y'all would not be saying this shit.
Talk to Rich. Just talk to Rich. It ain't all you all motherfuckers.
The viewers know. The viewers get it. Y'all fucked up. Man, let me tell you something. We some open emotional ass people. This shit is sick, bro. This shit is sick. You sat there and said, if that white boy would have stabbed that nigga, Rich would not be saying fuck him.
What?
So I rest my case. Next subject.
This is crazy. You think I'm gonna change? Fuck him. I'm not changing.
This nigga
crazy. I'm not changing. Come on, man.
Boy, I tell you.
God damn.
All right, next subject, man.
I hate to talk about stuff out of detail for man, but it's just some stuff that's clear to me about that situation, right?
Stories and countless, literally like countless stories.
What happens in an abortion?
They literally suck the life out of you.
Oh man.
They should, because I shouldn't be a taxpayer paying child support and food stamps It
should be a taxpayer paying for abortions?
Exactly. But as for a woman who didn't want the baby in the first place, that doesn't make sense to me. Don't ever sit here and lock yourself down with a man who already told you he doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't
I agree with you.
I'm not disagreeing with you either. I understand.
You don't get to kill the baby just because their dad didn't want them.
Can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care?
Why not? Why not? If that's the case.
We should kill the kids in foster care that aren't wanted.
Who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who make them like personal slaves.
We should just kill them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about pro-life.
We should kill the victims of molestation.
I think, what does this have to do with molestation?
You just mentioned people molesting children. We should kill the kids in foster care is what you said.
What I'm saying is in general, overall. If I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't.
If you have a 700 plus credit score, you qualify for Chase's new program where you can access up to.
Do you want more customers from your ads cheaper? Do you want to make 15 to 20% more profit from your ads? Higher risk.
Don't have sex then. Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical.
It is.
It is. Who are you, Nancy?
I sound dumb.
You sound
dumb as. Okay.
It does, because even as teens, people explore. And it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that your point of view is very obstructed. And I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
What's wrong with you?
I don't see nothing wrong.
Hey, please, when we watching, listen. When we watching the videos, you got to be quiet because it throws the viewers off. So we don't want to run the viewers away. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the question I have that I posed, and we're gonna start off with King first. So we seen the video. She clearly got belligerent. The first question I want to ask you is: a black woman, have they gotten out of hand?
I ain't see nothing wrong.
I'm gonna mute your motherfucker.
Damn.
Okay.
So,
man, what's the question?
Are black women getting out of hand?
Man, the social media black woman, yes.
No, don't try to protect yourself.
The one I'm seeing,
talk real talk. Black women, real life.
Man, this modern, what I'm seeing, yes, I have to say it's crazy out here. Like, the emotional level of strike, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, trust.
I can see how she got heated, though. I can see how she got heated, but man, I don't know.
Yeah, trust. Is black women getting out of hand?
I don't think that's a black woman thing. I think that's a
modern woman getting out of hand.
I think that's a modern woman thing. You know what I'm
so
saying?
which means that we can safely say black woman too. So
I'm saying modern. Women in general.
Let's say modern. I'm gonna say modern. The reason let me make this clear. I don't have no problem saying black woman because at the end of the day, that's who I love, care, and date for, and that's who I care about. So when black woman out there, if y'all think I'm specifically attacking y'all, I don't give a damn. I don't like other races of women. I only like black women. So I care about y'all. So I'm gonna criticize y'all. But go ahead.
And I like our women. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't think, especially with this abortion and the pro-rights thing. I you know what I mean? You really see a lot of that coming from the Democrats in America right now. You know what I'm saying? They do some real far out shit, when it comes to this not pro-life or pro-choice. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm putting it on all. It's our modern women right now. They lost their day.
Raz, you think black women or modern women, Western women are getting out of hand? Yes or no?
I don't. I feel like women are getting power, and we starting to see what's in the heart of them, right? We starting to see what's inside women, right? We always been showed the models and Marilyn Monroe and all these people, but women are female men. They thugs, they crooks, they all that just like we are. So are they getting out of hand? Nah, I think they're getting more power and authority, and they're using it, right? But in controversial, I agree with Rich. I didn't see nothing wrong right there, and I tell you why. And I am pro life, but if you provoke somebody with a microphone and a camera, that would have went a whole other way if they were just having a conversation. I believe that. But the fact that camera there and the mic there and you calling her idiot, if you're going to approach people with that type of controversial subject, you got to be able to feel the atmosphere, right? I got to be able to know, okay, this person getting ready. I'm pushing them too far. Let me let them go, right? Yeah. So I think women are not getting out of hand. I think they're getting more authority and power, and we're starting to see what's in the heart of them. But I didn't see nothing wrong with that. I'm not with the woman. I ain't agreeing. But if you provoke somebody, you don't know what's next, right? You next anyway. You might as well go.
No, motherfucker. You know.
Okay, listen. Hold on. Let me help y'all out. The theme of the show tonight ought to be called "Fuck Around and Find Out," because the last couple topics, that's what it's been about. You gonna fuck around and find out, and that's what happened. The nigga got stabbed. He fucked around and find out, and this bitch running up my fucked around and find out. And then you ask the question: is they out of line? Cube told you back in the day, a bitch need a nigga to approach him. So he grabbed his dick and he smoothly approached him. He been telling you that. Trust no, they out here reckless, eyeballing and everything. They been out of line. That's what the problem. You niggas done got soft. Y'all didn't put the goon hand down. See, y'all forgot about grandpa. See, with the pork chop sideburns, looking rough with the beautiful woman. He didn't take that shit. I don't know what the kind of niggas going on right now, but y'all need to tighten up. They need to tighten up. You know what I'm saying?
Get him, Rick.
I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just telling you. Yes, they are.
I feel like she did. I seen wrong on both sides of that. Honestly, I seen wrong on both sides. If I got a microphone and a camera and I'm provoking Truck and he go in my mouth, then that is what it is. I should be able to know, okay, man, let me quit pushing the man buttons. I can see. I mean, you can see in somebody's eyes when they there, right? I heard Will Smith say that on Drink Champ. You can look in somebody's eyes and see what they've been through if you pay close enough attention, right? If you walk in here and say, hey, man, I need help, I can look in your eyes and say, man, this man ain't playing right now. Let me leave him alone. Or if I joke with him, I might catch one. You can look at a human being to tell that, man. I think if you push that person when they're at that point, then, you get that two-piece like she got.
Yeah. Well, I know when I saw it, I had mixed reviews. I definitely it's wrong on their part, and so for me, where the interviewer or the unexperienced or unknowledgeable journalist, it was her fault from a professional standpoint, because if you're a journalist, then you know that one of your most important, one of the most important part of journalism is to not provoke the person you're interviewing, because that will fuck up a good interview. In order to have a quality interview, you have to sit almost like as a counselor, and 75% of a psychologist's job is to listen. Can you imagine a damn therapist provoking the damn patient? You don't.
It's some stood out about it.
And even though that's not the patient, you're acting as a journalist and you're interviewing this person. So even if you disagree with them, you don't. The position you're in, it's not your job to force your point on that person, right? You're supposed to be analytical in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And so now where she's wrong at is that you know, man, I just have this mentality, man, where I'm just not into just putting your hands on people. You know, that mentality is what makes the world or makes a large portion of the world a safe place. You know what I'm saying? Is people having the contrite to not dive into that animal instinct and just start biting people, you know, over something that may provoke them or they may get an attitude about something, man. You know, I've had people, man, disrespect me, you know, and I've walked away. And another, I'm gonna give an example. Most boxers, most MMA fighters, you know, they some of the most friendliest people. That's some of the most friendliest people. Now you got a few that, yeah, they'll get with it, but they're usually the ones who life be in turmoil. The ones who can't control their emotions and they take advantage of the power they have and they just use it on people, you know. And I just think that's what makes the world a more safer place than not, is when having the ability to be able to use logic, to be like, you know what, it's not for me to put my hands on this person, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I always felt that respect is given, not earned. You know, I don't care if this dude's a midget. I'm not gonna go trying this midget because he's a midget and I think I can beat him up, because he could hurt me too. He's still a man, you know what I'm saying? So, but I agree with most of y'all. They both fucked up.
Here's something disturbing about that.
Everybody's not on your level. Everybody's not on your frequency. Some of the niggas.
Here's something disturbing about that situation too. And I got an abstract eye, man. I just see different stuff.
Yeah.
When the lady was like, kill foster kid, and then the journalist come back and say, so you're saying kill? That don't even need to be reiterated, even if she was standing on that point as a journalist. What? So you're saying kill kid? Why are you even harping right there? I'm like, don't make her repeat that. That was just, I'm like, come on, man.
You know what, y'all? Do y'all know what though?
She was provoking her. It was like, okay, look, just respectfully agree to disagree and just go to the next.
That's why I agree with Rich. I ain't seen nothing wrong.
Let me say this.
Let me go.
I mean, well, Soda's still against the law. She's definitely in jail. So again, she made a bad decision too, and she's going to suffer the consequences.
Something else too, though.
Yeah.
I don't agree with nobody putting hands on each other. I'm cool with that. This is where I was saying though. She got all us. She got all us on the panel and everybody watching, because the interviewer knew she had a nigga and she knew, I'm gonna get this viral moment out this motherfucker. She didn't know it was gonna cost her a busted eye, but she knew. She saw it. She kept.
You don't know this.
I'm saying
Rich be really just be knowing.
No, think about it. Soon as she got busted in the eye and it happened, she got in the car and said,
Rich, was you there, nigga?
I'm watching her feed.
How do you know people thought? So you Professor X, motherfucker?
Put her feed up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We know so much about it because she wanted to go viral. Soon as she got hit, she got in the back of the car and was saying,
okay,
I'm
Rich,
on my way to the hospital.
Okay, Rich, what did she eat for breakfast?
That's all dramatic. That's like if I'm interviewing you and I want to provoke you to get a viral moment. I'm going to keep going until you do it. Now, you don't know that's my plan.
What's her astrological sign, nigga? You know what sign? She Leo? What? Pisces?
As crazy as this nigga is, I actually agree with him now.
I agree with him on that. I do agree with him.
We talking about it. She needed. What nothing she talking about would have went viral. She wouldn't have got busted in her motherfucking eye.
I agree.
And we wouldn't be talking about it. So she won. She picked the game.
Oh, she played. She got an
Uber. She got an Uber. The girl who hit her, wasn't even on it. She just went on it. She just
she didn't even wipe her face when she got in the Uber.
Then she let the blood. She was hustling, man, and it worked, man. And I just want us to acknowledge that when we see a hustle, okay, you got your hustle, you did that, but I'm not fooled. You know what I'm saying? I talk about it, but I'm not fooled, because you know why? I'm a hustler. I see a hustle and a hustle. I saw that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got hit and it wasn't a hustle, you're going to rack a lot different. You're going to hit that bitch with that mic across her head. Bitch, you got me fucked up. You know that's a natural action. Oh, he got in the thing and it worked. She didn't know it was going to go that far, but it
Damn,
worked.
Rich, you sure you wasn't there? Was you there? I think you was there.
I just know viral moments, and I see people do it, and I know what they do. I look at Charleston White say fuck this and fuck that, you know. But Rock, I understand, my brother. I understand, you know. I understand, brother.
Richard Thomas.
Fight that side tonight for me.
Call
brother.
you Richard
Let's
Thomas.
stand together.
Richard
Stand
Thomas.
together, brother.
I
What you said the little girl did in the beginning, the little girl to nappy hair. I'm right here with you. There we go. There we go. We here.
Let's go to the next subject, guys. I can't make this shit up, bro. This nigga here is a motherfucker.
You got to look at it from that side. You can't look at it from one side.
But you can't make up shit, Rich.
How I'm making up shit?
Because
Y'all
you don't
believe
know that
was
to
a
be
viral
true,
moment. Ain't
nigga.
it wild? Okay, let me show you what's true.
We going to the next subject, Rich.
Okay.
Next subject.
It's a viral moment, though.
Damn, this nigga here, boy. You a motherfucker, man.
God damn.
All right. Mute your phones. Mute your phones if you have to. Here we go.
That's me in a way that's attempting to make someone else feel comfortable. And we don't even
stop. Let me go here. Okay.
You're supposed to be on my side. She was having a work get together, predominantly white. As we're getting dressed, she goes, "Would you mind wearing a long sleeve shirt so that way your tattoos are not showing when we go to this?"
I know that pissed you off.
And she was worried about how I would look to them so that she wouldn't be embarrassed by me. So I was like, I'm wearing whatever the hell I want to wear to this event.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let their perception of me govern how I'm going to walk out the house.
Right.
Big facts. She may care about those people. I don't know them from nowhere. I don't care about them at all. What I'm going to present when I come into this room is myself. I'm not coming in thinking or feeling like I need to be something different in order to operate in this room.
Okay.
And that is the argument that I'm trying to make. A lot of people are changing who they are, their behaviors, and their complete lifestyle to be and operate in a room.
Right.
You thought that wearing a sleeve shirt was a change of your whole lifestyle. No, you are still there. Your presence is there under those sleeves. And for a moment, you're making a modification. You're not changing your whole lifestyle to be in that room. You're just making a modification.
But the modification that's being made is not as it impacts me in a way that's attempting to make someone else feel comfortable. And we don't even know if they're uncomfortable. You're trying to anticipate someone else's comfort and want me to fall into alignment with what you want to do. That is totally different.
Yeah. Okay. You're not here for the people that are in the room, right?
No matter what room I come in, I'm not coming in this room with the thought of I'm trying to make you feel comfortable.
Do you come in the room to make your wife feel comfortable though? Does that matter to you?
What?
You're coming in the room not for these people, but you are coming in the room for this woman who is on your side.
But is she on his side if she asks him to switch up?
To switch up to meet the needs of that group. You're supposed to be on my side. You my wife. If there's an event and those people probably wouldn't like how I present and they would be uncomfortable about how I look, then you shouldn't want to go over there with them. You're supposed to be on my side.
Do y'all understand?
All right, so I'm gonna go first on this one. I ain't went first yet on any of the topics, so I don't want to, I was gonna last or whatever. So, this is my thoughts on it. Women have their ways. You know what I'm saying, and it's very easy for men to acknowledge that. But it's very easy for me to acknowledge that men have their ways too, and I think that's selfish as fuck. And I think I think he's being an asshole, and I also think that what he's exposed without actually saying it is he's exposed a level of insecurity about himself. I see a man who's actually insecure about his own tattoo. Hey, somebody mute their phone. Right? Yeah, so I actually see someone who's very insecure about himself with the tattoos that he got. Let me give an example. So if my woman would have asked me that, I would have had no problem with it, right? But guess what? I'm so knowledgeable and aware of how society works, she wouldn't have had to even ask me. I was going to cover him up anyway because I have the logic and the understanding, and I know how not to take things personal. At the end of the day, my wife wants me to join her around her business constituents. I don't care if it's, even if it's not in the workplace, it's still work related. I don't care if it's at a, you know what I mean? It's still work related. And so there still should be a level of professionalism that's representative of you as this power couple. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said before, my daddy used to tell me, dress how you want to be judged. And so it doesn't matter. You know, we got to stop living in this world where we expect people to accept us for how we look and how. No. If you got yellow fucking hair, I'm gonna look at you weird as shit. I'm gonna think you don't have a 9-to-5 job. If you got yellow hair, nose and piercings and shit in your ears. If you got face tats, I'm going to think that you may be a thug. I judge. I fuck that shit. I judge. The responsibility as a man is to judge accordingly. And I think that's where people make the mistake at. Not judging, to me, not judging, which is unrealistic, because judging is how we evolve and survive, right? And so I don't find that a problem, you know what I mean? So that's just like, if it's certain places where I might be okay with my wife being a little bit more revealing than other places. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's my thought of it. I think he was being an asshole about it. I think he was in his feelings. I think, you know, to me, that's not a big deal. Okay, baby.
It's my turn to go next, right?
Can I go?
No, bro. You went for your third time. It's my time, bro.
Okay.
It's my time, right? You didn't pick me first.
Go, Rad.
All right. To me, it ain't even that deep, man. It's whoever gives the invitation makes the rules, bro. And it don't matter if it was his woman or his homeboy. Hey, man, I need you to cover that up and come with me. And that's a character thing. That ain't got nothing to do with Kevin Samuels and men versus women. If you my boy, I can humble myself and cover my tattoo or my woman. So to me, that's if it's whoever got the invitation got the rules, bro. And I need you to cover that up and come with me. And your choice is yes or no. It ain't, oh man, nah, bro. I don't want to cover my tattoo. I'm gonna chill on this. Oh yeah, bro. Ain't no problem. So that's as deep as it get to me. It ain't got to be a man, woman. That's a character. And whoever hold the invitation, hold the rules, man. If I need you to, to cover that up and roll with me, Doc.
Real talk. All right, Rich.
I think that's so childish. You know what I'm saying? Because if you choose a mate or whatever she was to him, and she asks you that, and it's her job related, what, you gonna pay her bills? You gonna pay her way? You know what I'm saying? This is already a courtesy I'm asking you. And if you don't want to do it, it's like what my boy Raz just said. Just don't go. If I don't want to cover up, I ain't gonna go. If I don't want to feel, a certain way, ain't nobody making you, and you don't even have to express that. You know what I'm saying? That's like real kiddie, like, real immature in the mind, because I feel everybody on the panel men, so we'll understand, okay, I understand that, I done went places with Raz, and I know I couldn't go the way I wanted to go, so I get a little spiffy, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't say nothing, he just said, hey, we going here. And I know what that means. We going there, that means I can't come like the other way, So that's what, I really think that's really childish on his behalf to be, talking about that. That ain't no male versus female. That ain't no woman control.
Oh no, I won't make it a thing. It's just they happen to be
you. I'm just saying. I heard the panel. What they, not us, but what they on the show. It wouldn't.
They made it that.
Yeah.
They made it. Candace Owens. I ain't got nothing to do with man versus woman,
if your
man.
woman leaving with you on the flip side, and she got something up her ass, and you going somewhere, hey, we're going around my people. I don't, I like that, and I want to see that, but I don't want grandma looking at you, Yeah. And she ought to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's all it is. Same difference. Just respect. And if you don't have respect in a relationship, you might well not be in it, because that's all it's about, respect. You know what I'm saying? If she asks you that, it ain't that hard. She ain't be disrespectful.
Your thoughts, King?
Yeah, man. I feel the same way. Like Raz was saying, whoever got the invite, got the rules. I understand like what Rock is saying too, and I'm just more so like, you can read the room, read the temperature. You know, this is a professional event, or you know, so there's certain moments I think his argument could win, but that's very seldom, that argument. And I'm just like, I'm more so like, you know, I'm trying to, you know, match my lady. Hey, what you got going on? What I'm, you know, we kind of congruent. And then at the same time, when I go in new spaces anyways, I want you to know what I let you know. I don't, you know, I may have certain tattoos and you may think, oh, he got spiderweb tattoos, he did this, you know, or whatever. So I'm gonna cover up and be inconspicuous where you'll remember me, but you won't remember me. You know what I'm saying? That's where I like to be at. And put a goddamn shirt on. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's crazy.
Cause I know I had I remember I had my daughter had a birthday party, man. I think she was like 18, 19. And so I threw her a party. She was like, Dad, I want to have a party. So we threw a big house party, you know what I'm saying, for it. Hired a DJ friend of mine in the backyard, spiffing it out. And one of the things that my daughter, she didn't even have, I didn't even have to tell my daughter. My daughter already knew this. One of the things that she had was telling the guys that were coming, y'all better pull y'all pants or whatever you do, because my daddy gonna say something. And I didn't even know she told her this. My child mom had told me, she said, you know what your daughter was telling the guys that's coming? I said, what? I said, y'all better pull out pants. My daddy gonna tell y'all don't come in there like that or whatever with your pants up. Because I ain't with the pants sagging. You know what I'm saying? My child mama here, we was together. That's my woman. I don't need her looking at no other man's ass. And so it was still a few who tried it. Stopping their ass at the door. Say, young brother, nah, you got to pull up your pants, bro. You got a belt? Something, pull up your pants. About 3 or 4 of them. All right, pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. You know what I'm saying? So I think one of them didn't come back, and then the other 3, they just pulled their pants up or whatever, tighten their belt or something. So like y'all say, man, it's just about respect, man. You gotta respect where you go, you know. It's a certain way to act and dress when you come to people's house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you know something, though? It's a flip side to that, too, now. Now, some places I go, they say, hey, you can't smoke marijuana. I'd be like, now, look, I'm just trying to enjoy myself, you know.
Trust go,
and
trust.
I know that. Man, I'm just saying now, there's some rules that has to be broken, you know. Like, goddamn, I put
yes, we was doing perfectly fine.
We was doing fine.
For the first time, and you had to backtrack.
That dude could have put the shirt on.
You can't make this shit up.
What you mean? Because take his shirt off.
I'm saying if the girl, I'm saying if he was that smart, he should have asked her, hey, if I put the shirt on, I'm gonna get something at the end of the night. What come with this? See, you got bargaining in there too now. I'm just saying.
Okay, we got you, Rich. You fucked up a perfectly good moment. For the first time, we all agreed.
I was too emotional. No. It was going too good. No. We was getting along like a big happy family. No. We're about to sing Kumbaya and hold hands. No.
What's the next topic? I'm trying to get to my lasagna.
Oh man, your thoughts, Trust, you good on that?
Man, yeah, it's just a time and a place for everything.
Okay, cool.
We gotta be aware.
We're gonna go to the next topic, bro. All right, next topic. Here we go.
And they are on every bridge on 59. Oh my gosh. In their positioning. I don't blame them. But y'all can hear them. We're not playing. They are on every bridge on 59.
All right, so that was That was protest. It went on all across the country. I think about 500,000 people or more across the country. They're anti-Trump, illegal immigration, and that was in Houston. They showed up and showed out on all the bridges on 59. So I'm gonna let Trust start this off. So Trust, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on people in Americans in general, and more specifically illegal immigrants that are here and legal immigrants that are here supporting illegal immigration? They're basically supporting a crime.
Yeah. Man, I think you know how I feel about this immigration shit. I say pack their ass up and take them home. You know what I mean? I'm not with no illegal immigration. Me personally. Far as people here legally saying that they support people coming here illegally, that's just like saying you agree with me if I'm saying, I gotta bust somebody over the head to put food on the table tonight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk it, because that's a fine line when you get to flirting with I'm leaning to this illegal thing. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with it. You gotta be careful. Just like I have to be okay with them doing a protest. I can't stomp on their right as an American to protest with however they feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But far as them packing the motherfuckers up, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't feel sorry for them goddamn niggas.
All right. Raz, what's your thoughts on
and we had an immigration problem, brother. So I don't. If the American citizens got a problem with the president doing, then they should offer up some solutions. As for the protest, it might be some people in there that's genuinely motivated to do that. I think you find cowards in crowds. I would be hard pressed to see who actually started the protest and talk to them, because they probably got solid issues, whether I agree with them or not. But just because I see a bunch of people, cowards are in crowds, brother. And so the more people come out, it doesn't make the movement any bigger to me. Right? We just went through the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and all that was a cover up, right? So, numbers don't mean anything to me, man. It doesn't mean anything. And honestly, doing that in Texas, we have the best economy in the United States, right? And what's that old loudmouth congresswoman, man? It's because you represent Texas that she gets to get away with that. If she was from any other state, she wouldn't be that loudmouth, huh? And so it's almost like freedom make people misjudge, the temperature where they at, man. And so, but Greg Abbott, y'all keep playing them games. Greg Abbott, but the protest is cool. I don't think because it was big numbers that made it any more powerful. Again, cowards in crowds, man. So, I do believe we had an envelope. I stand with the president. My hat tell you that, brother.
Yeah, already. King. So let me ask you this, based on that protest and illegal immigration, just in general.
Rich said you passed it.
Do you think it makes logical sense to say I'm not American, but then say I'm pissed because I want to get treated like an American? You don't think that's hypocritical?
I think that's fucking crazy. I think it's,
and the reason I'm saying that is because, and I'm segueing it, but it's still on the same level, because that's one of the reasons why I posted the video as well.
Yeah,
I think we're treading a really thin line between how we want to be treated and what we want to be, right? Because it's clear that I have melanin, right? Like, okay, we know we may be of African descent or whatever you want to say it, right? But I just find it hypocritical to say, hey, I want to be treated like an American, but then I let the same system know, hey, I ain't American. I'm different. I'm special. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah.
Me?
I feel the same way when I'm looking at the optics. I'm like,
yeah,
we want to stay in America, but we got a lot of Mexican flags. I get it. And then just to stay on that, I get it that you want us to know that you are particularly from this country and this is who is in this country protesting because somewhere, somehow, the miscommunication or whatever has been said, you're not doing anything illegal. You're doing this the right way when in no other country in the world can you do this. You can't nowhere in the world can you do this. And then the other part of it, just to stay on this topic, because it was a protest, it's like just like what Raz was saying, it's like you could get 1,000 people, because I'm actually wanting to go and look and check on the weight limit of those bridges to see if they broke some laws doing that. But you could get 1,000 people on this thing, but the law is the law. The ice is the ice. Law is the law. They have the law. Yeah. The protest, the reason why they work for us is because you had people calling the president as the protest was going on in Watts and in Boston and in Houston and in Dallas. And Stokely Carmichael, like, you gonna sign the civil rights bills or what? We're gonna keep on burning these cities down. You better do something. They don't have nobody on the phone. They don't have nobody in the White House that's gonna make that protest have its impact. What are we doing? We're just doing it for the news, for the media.
It's optics. It's optics.
It's just optics. And so then then we go right back. Then your optics are off because you're carrying around a Mexican flag. Go back to Mexico because you like Mexico. Then go there. And I'm not saying that to the ones who came here the right way, the ones who came here and had to take 7, 10, 15 years to get their citizenship and they got it. I'm not saying that. And I'm not even saying it to the ones who are seeking asylum. If you're seeking asylum because you came the right way, cool. But the ones that we saw coming through the cracks, the ones that we know got the gang tattoos and that's what they are, we don't even want the fucking gangs we got here. Why we want Venezuela here? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, Rock, your original question, the optics looks weird, bro.
So
how you
before
want to
we
be
get
an
to you,
American, but you're telling me that you're something else.
Yeah, exactly. So before we get to you, Rich, let me add some hello. Hello. Okay. So Trust, let me ask you this, just to add context to it. We were a part of. Let me see.
You choppy. You a little choppy.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I had to mute. Rich, I got you muted because that's what was causing the choppiness for me. So let me ask y'all this, and specifically, Trust, you can answer it first, and anybody can answer it after. Is it safe to say that we have to really add new plays to the playbook? Because think about this, like we was a part of that Black Lives Matter movement, right? We were there. We were boots on the ground, right? Mm-hmm. And it worked back then, but it didn't work. That movement, it did not work, right? And I sit here and when I think about how it went all around the country, I thought about, can you imagine if every last one of us that did those BLM marches did march and just gave $5 to empowering Black people economically, whether it be through grants and bank loans to start businesses, like our own PPLs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I just, that could have been in the billions.
Yeah.
But instead, we use the outdated, we use the 1975 NFL play in 2000 You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't work. And then the money that the government gave the BML, of course, it was used. So what's your thoughts on that? I mean, does protesting work now? Is it
You
an
know,
old
some plays are timeless. You get what I'm saying? Some plays are timeless. You know what I mean? So, and what I'm saying, what I mean that is depending on the particular situation that is in, the protest could be effective. You get what I'm saying? Let's take the BLM thing for example. Okay, if the people who were over the BLM whole organization outlet had the mind to saying, okay, we're not gonna mess over these funds, we're gonna actually get these funds and execute and do something worthwhile, man, that could have been powerful.
Can I say
that could have been powerful? Because the whole BLM thing, bro, that swept through America, not even America, that swept through the world like a wave.
Yeah.
It was nowhere you couldn't go where, you know what I'm saying? It was, Black Lives Matter, everybody was on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all in London, all across the water, everybody was on it. So if an actual goal was actually set, and BLM was to say, okay, this is the target, I think they had enough backing and enough pushing to get that done. But I think when the money came in, the whole ship sailed. So
it was a
again,
hoax from the beginning, though. It was a hoax from the beginning. That was never the intentions, because you got to think about it. Their website creed was the promotion of lesbian, gays, and queers. And my challenge to that is that I think that the movement would have been more effective economically if the people that marched, if we would have put our own $5 or $10 into escrow accounts, got with the lawyers, got with the bankers, because we can get them to do what we say as a whole, and just trust people. And the problem I have with black people is when we do trust people, we trust the wrong people, just like the BML leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
It
so
was designed. It was designed this way. I just wish that we could accept that everything Trust said, everything that Rock just said, it was all designed.
Yeah,
it was all everything you said was written down already. Like even the part where you're saying that they figured, oh, now we can make some money off of this, and we figured out. This was to dissolve the whole. This was to dissolve the whole George Floyd thing. It was to dissolve the whole black movement push. Period.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Designed.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's me fighting that fight, and this me. Don't nobody else have to feel like this. That was an embarrassing part of my life.
Should have been.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I'm man of that was an embarrassing part of my life. I regret that shit.
I know you do.
Good, but it's an embarrassing moment.
I know you should.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna help us but us. Rich, you need to speak on that.
Yeah, speak on it.
Speak.
Well, as far as the Mexicans, you know how that go. I don't, hey.
Hispanics.
They've been the Hispanics.
Well, they had the Mexican flag to his defense.
I'm just fucking with you.
I
gotta fucking.
I know, bro.
I've been battling this Mexican thing a long time because it started in school when my baby boy he had Spanish and they was trying to fail him, and I was like, hold on, he not no Mexican. They was like, well, he don't need to learn shit. He from Creole background. Do y'all have French? Do you know it took me everything for about a semester for them to switch him to French because I wouldn't let him learn Spanish, and they couldn't. And the district was trying. They were trying to make me understand why. No, I don't. That's a secondary language. This America. Why are we trying to learn Spanish? You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's happening now that the Mexicans are getting more organized. You know what I'm saying? They're getting the money. They're trying to educate. You see, they're taking over the police force. And with that become power. And one thing we got to know as Americans and Black Americans, white people going to be white. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't going to let that happen. And that's what we banking on, because like you said, we don't have a leader. That Black Lives Movement, we didn't know who that was. When we looked up, we found out it was a bunch of gay girls. We found out it was a bunch of gay girls. We follow stuff that look good. They sell us stuff.
There you go. We following the wrong people.
That's totally right. What we have to do is start our own movement with somebody we believe in, like back in the day, and we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? When we jumped out there, we know we had Martin. When you jumped out there, you know you had Malcolm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't trust Jesse. We couldn't trust Al. So, you know, it started shifting. You know, stuff started shifting. So right now, we don't have nobody that we really could follow with no good movement. And guess what? The bad part about that whole thing, I'm saying, when we get people out here, they gonna give a bunch of money to them, and they gonna switch, man. Because who don't want a bunch of money?
Following rappers got that white
who
boy
don't want a bunch of money? But
let me say,
and they go back to trying to get your money and get your family.
Takes this joke. But let me say this: everybody who's in the illegal thing need to be stopped. And here's the point, right? I'm gonna make it real quick. Yeah. Do you want to just be in the country, or do you want to be a citizen?
There you go.
That's how you clear all that up. Because some of them just want to be in the country.
And see, that's one thing about Trump. He saw that. He saw what we didn't see. Them people making money here, sending it back over there, building their country up, and bringing their people over. And outside of them working here, they bringing drugs and they making that money, and then they getting the jobs. They can take a job for less money than we can if you got goddamn 10 pounds and 2 keys at the house and your cousin fronting you. You can take a little less just to look like a
shame on the people who are hiring
you know,
them.
I'm talking about it's past the points with the Mexicans. Once I saw them working in Popeyes, because Mexicans don't know how to fry no damn chicken. When I saw them in Popeyes, I said, y'all stepped over. You know what I'm saying? They in Papa's barbecue. You ain't seen a Mexican barbecue in his life. They charcoal grill shit. I'm talking about they taking over, man. I'm just saying they taking over in spot. They taking over our neighborhood. Fifth Ward is a Mexican neighborhood now.
But is it their fault?
Becoming one. Northwood Manor finna be one.
But is it their fault?
Buying it up.
But is it their fault?
No, it's not their fault. No, it's not their fault. Yeah. You know what happened? We started chasing the white man. He started running toward Kingwood, Pearland, Sugarland. We ran all the way out there and left all this good land here. And they done came in and got it for pennies on the dollar. When grandma and grandpa died, we think we getting some money, giving it 50, 60,000, and they building empires, man.
Now let me
they switched the game on us. That used to be the black man game.
Now
we
let
had
me
all
ask
the
something
land.
to that. Now
we had all the land.
You're totally right? But I want to just make this clear too. To the black folks out there, we're not saying that you should stay in the hood.
No.
I got you. I'm defending you. I'm just saying. I'm just adding to it. What we're saying is that you have a right to leave the hood. This is America. If we're Americans, that means we can live wherever the fuck we want. But at least attempt to invest in your community. Open a store or something, or anything like that, or whatever, or just do community service.
We have to put it back in
the did it. You know, me and Trustin did it, and I'm sure you done did it. Give back some kind of a way, and that's a part of the problem that I have with us too as a coach. Is like we're not like, for example, we're doing a lot of us are doing way more complaining than we are community service. That's my problem.
Hey, I'll go back to a point I made earlier, and nobody spoke about it. Who do you think has better grip on their youth? White versus black?
Man, Raz, I know you're going to say black, but it's white folks, man. They more organized,
No, they can't call in how them dudes pull them rifle AKs out.
But that's a minority.
Yeah. Larry, you
froze, Red.
You froze, brother.
Yeah, I think that's some. I think white people got more of a hold.
You have to, like you say, Rock, man, you're not wrong on that. Yeah. You don't have to stay in the hood, but that house you leaving, don't sell it, fix it up, rent it out, and make sure, hey, when you rent somebody in there, tell them, make sure they take pride in it, man.
We sell a house
up, do this. We have to teach them because they don't know. People do not know, man. I'm talking about because and what I say, everybody moving, the ones that really can't afford to move and want to look like the Joneses and the Ricks and the White, they go out there and get stuck, man, and they not even financially set to be in that kind of situation. And then look, the Mexicans come in and fix up and take over, and you look like, damn, I ain't got no.
Let me ask you a question, Rick. How do you teach? How do you teach?
How do you teach them? Really? It started at home. You have to teach your own. And then we have to come up with a way where we could teach the men, because the men got to teach their sons and daughters and their family, because that's where it's going to start. It's going to start in the house, man. It's got to start there. And what I mean by that is, like, if you got a little piece of land in the hood, yeah, man, come get your son. Hey, my grandpa had this.
I study law. I don't ask questions. I don't know the way you teach is to do it yourself. It's too many niggas talking. The way you teach is to do it, and then they're gonna look at you and duplicate
it. Yes.
Facts. We got a few more topics, so we passed the 2-hour mark, but we're gonna get to the next subject. Here we go.
We lost King.
Yeah,
he said he filming tonight.
Okay. Here we go.
The gift my father ever gave us was coming home. Damn, that's deep. Because my mother didn't make it easy. He was a dumb MFer and all kind of stuff. Because he did, she wanted stuff in life. Like new underwear, like stuff she couldn't just little stuff, makeup and get a hair and couldn't do it. So he came home humble, Sometimes he had to tell her there ain't no food. What? It's the provider? You ain't got no food. And you trying to tell me what to do? Yeah, so but that was the gift. That's like, you come home. It doesn't feel good, but
so he's working 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He has to provide for this family. And when he gets home, your mom doesn't make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Marlon said he could have easily understood if Pop would have checked out, because it wasn't easy.
We used to say, what, hit her or something.
damn.
I ain't lying. My father, he never would like cuss at her.
Really?
Yeah, my father when she died, he was ready to go. I miss her. I miss my gal. What? When they used to cut you out, you miss
yeah, every day. You got peace now. You ain't got nobody cursing you.
I miss my gal.
Damn.
He was just ready to go. Check, please. But that's like, he taught us love, like unconditional love. He always saw her as the 16-year-old he fell in love with.
Ooh.
That's beautiful. The greatest gift my father ever gave us was coming home.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I watched that whole show, man. I think that's one of his best. I think that's one of Shannon Sharp's best interviews. It was powerful. It was riveting, man. Damon Wayans, he unlocked pieces of me that I didn't know exist, bro. I mean,
same here, bro. Same. I ain't even watched it out.
If y'all have not sat and watched that whole thing, man, I'll tell you, I was caught up, man. And so this is the thing that I want to bring up, man. And I said this before. And this is also one of the reasons that I'm glad that the matriarch is falling in the Black community and the patriarch is coming back. And it's an ugly fight right now. Our sisters, they're not taking it well, but they'll be okay because we're doing it out of love. But one of the things I want to bring up is, and I want to say is before y'all chime in, why, and it is amazing to me how the Black mother can be a crackhead, prostituting, dick-sucking whore on drugs. And she's still our Black queen, mama. But the father can breathe wrong, and he ain't shit.
Ain't shit.
He ain't shit. He can't look wrong, man. He ain't shit. And the sad part about it is, it's become a generational description of the black male. And I'm gonna let basically I'm gonna let y'all preach, man. Speak your mind. The world, we got an audience out there. Let's talk about it, man.
Listen. The man, I heard him say a long time ago, it's only two things that's gonna love a man unconditional. That's a dog and his daughter. That's it. Everything else, it had conditions with it. You know what I'm saying? Conditions that you do good, conditions that you provide, conditions that you can do this. See, with a man, it's no unconditional. It has to be a condition now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it was set. And it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? To the boys that didn't see their father and was raised by a mother, you know what I'm trying to say? You gotta take that into account. You know what I'm trying to say? They have to learn to be men because they're taught by a woman. A woman don't teach a man how to be a man. She teach him how to be what she know how to be, and that's a woman. And that's what you see a lot of. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the women been hard on men like that, man. I'm talking about it tell you that. Long as you can provide, you got a woman. If you can't provide, you ain't got no woman. That they like that. They raised like that, man. It's just the way it's in them. It could be, you got some that's not, but the majority speak otherwise. So as a man, you have to, teach your son. That's all I can say. Teach your son, man. You have to teach him.
We black Negroes, we hip hop generation, and ain't nobody never sat down and taught us nothing. We learn by seeing. And that's the same thing wrong with the black community because they don't see men. They not when men step up, they can't accept that, man. And it's gonna be a fight. And you right, we coming back. And I feel just like Damon Wayans, and y'all know me well. I feel just like his daddy, man. Bro, it's been a tough ride, my 28 years as a father, but I came home every day, bro. I came home to my kids, man. And I felt him when he said that. I didn't see the whole interview, but I felt him on that, man. And I think that's what it takes. That's what it takes. You gonna be no good. You ain't this. You can't provide. But dude, go home. Go home. Your son is gonna connect, bro. He's gonna connect. He gonna see. I don't care what people saying, what they doing. He gonna see and connect, man. And men, young men, if you're dating a woman and you look at her family and you don't see a male figure, she ain't gonna know how to treat you. So don't complain later on down the line. You can't teach. I can't tell you how to ride a horse if I ain't never rode one, right? And so that's young men. That's my message to young men. We need fathers in the black community, and we need you to be a father in the black community. But I'm telling you now, if you get with a woman, you look at her family, and you don't see a male patriarch, you don't see she ain't gonna know how to treat you, man. So buckle up and hang in there, bro.
Trust.
That's the realest shit ever seen, Red.
Yeah,
That's
it.
You gave him a lot of game right.
I'm gonna edit that shit tonight, boy.
Yeah.
Look for that clip tomorrow, nigga.
That was a lot of game. Bro. She ain't no patriarchy over there. She's not gonna know how to treat you, man. For sure. I agree with that 100%. I ain't as good as man as Raz though, cause I leave a bitch. I leave her right there with the goddamn kid. Bitch, you got me fucked up.
Ain't no difference between us, cuz. Only thing, matter of fact, you braver, right? You ain't had a feeling I ain't had probably 100 times, my nigga. I just didn't act on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a good co-parent, though. I'm a good co-parent. I'm gonna kick down, let change, whatever.
It's all good, brother.
All that good shit. But shit ain't going. I'm gone. What? them kids ain't holding me.
No, hell no.
You know what? You know what? And I don't mean to cut in your time, Troy.
Go ahead.
You know what made me come home? I remember looking out the window waiting on my daddy, man, and he never came. And I say, I'm never gonna dish this feeling out to nobody, man. I don't know why. I took a picture of that moment. I mean, my dad caught G'ing me up. I'm finna come get you. And I was sitting in the window. I seen all my homeboys outside playing, and I couldn't play. I might miss my dad. And I'm sitting there, nightfall come. And my mama get ready to go to the grocery store, and she tell me to come. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna miss my daddy. She knew that nigga wasn't coming. And I remember that moment. I said, I'm never gonna do a kid like that, man. That's what made me come home.
You don't do a kid like that. And I always, you know, with my kids, you know what I'm saying? Me and my first baby, my kids grown with her right now, but that was always my thing. If I say I'm coming, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming, you know what I mean? And I got full custody of my youngest baby, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna call her mama a piece of shit. I ain't gonna say that. But that's what I'm not gonna say. But she pulls that shit. She done pulled that shit on my baby a couple times. Oh, I'm coming, and you don't show up, and I get dead on that ass about that.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
play about that. Don't be bullshitting with my baby. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you got something to do, then do what you got to do. But don't be selling my baby no motherfucking dream. I'm not with it. Nah, don't do mine.
Well, man, I want to add to it, man. I want to say this too to the men out here, man, and I can speak on this from experience. Listen to me, brothers. Listen to me clearly. Do not, I repeat, do not embark on a relationship with a woman with another man's kids by any means necessary. Don't do it. Watching Damon Wayans talk about how his daddy went through dealing with his wife, who actually had all his kids, go through what he went through. What make you think you're not gonna go through it? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't work out for everybody. It does, and that's cool. Not every dog bites, but from experience and from a statistical standpoint, if we're gambling, don't place your bet. Do not date a woman with kids. Start your own family, man. Don't do it.
That's a popular thing now.
I tried 2. I dated a woman with 2, 1, 3. Don't do it. And then not only that, one of the hardest things to do, if it's easy for your own child to get taught to hate you, what you think somebody else's child? It's gonna be real easy for them. And especially if the support of that mother's not there, right? And then a lot of times you find yourself in 2nd, 3rd, 4th place, depending on how many kids you got. Now again, this isn't for everybody. There's some women out there who made a mistake and they learned from it, from they choosing of the type of nigga they had a baby from. I get it, but don't look at the positive results and think, oh yeah, that's gonna be me. Nope, fuck that shit. Start your own family, because that shit ain't even guaranteed.
Hey, Rock, that's a popular belief. Now I see a lot of podcasts and a lot of people say that, but you know, that's a true statement. I don't know if that's a true statement, but I'm taking your word at it because you say you've done it. I think me and my boy Raz will be on the flip side of that, because I met one of my child's mother, which is one of the only ones that have a child, was her. She had a older daughter, which was 1 year old when I met her, and I raised her up. And you know, me and her mother don't talk, but me and that girl have our own relationship, like mama, like I'm her real daddy, and she know her daddy, and her daddy know me. And that little girl made her daddy respect me, like, hey, no matter what you say, he been here. And I was like, what? And I learned it ain't if you dating a woman with children, you have to get that relationship with the child. Because I done met some girls I date, and me and their kids don't get along at all. And when I say don't get along, it's like if I'm coming over there and I got some food, I'm gonna eat it before I get there because I ain't giving them niggas shit, no fries, no nothing. I'm just saying that's where I was. I'm just saying,
and that's
there's
cool. I mean,
and
that's
then
an
it's like,
isolated
and there's
case.
girls I didn't date. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, and there's girls I didn't dated that I ain't date them long, but me and they kids cool. And they see me later, hey, like, hey, I'll be like, hey, you know. But like you say, if you don't have kids and you looking to start a family, that is great advice. Don't jump
Don't
in,
do it, y'all.
because you're not ready for that.
Yeah.
You know, and you know why I say that. And let me help you out. Add
That
something
shit
to
is
that.
a
Can I add
burden,
something?
bro.
Can I add
That
something to
shit
that?
is a fucking burden, dog. It's a challenge. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. And I'm saying this as a kid. Man, I love Harold. When Harold was with my mom, he took care of me too. I love Greg. When Greg, he took care of me too. But guess what? I watched what them niggas went through. I ain't finna be that. Don't be that nigga, y'all. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Yeah.
And I've been that nigga too. Yeah, that shit ain't working. Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you how cold them kids is. I can get over there. I can get over that bitch quicker than them kids. Man, it's hard. If that love there, especially if you love kids. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous position to put yourself in as a man. You become very vulnerable. That shit ain't worth it. I just don't think it's worth it for no young man. Start your own damn family.
You telling the truth there, Rock? Because if you don't have no kids and you go to a woman with kids, she gotta jump on you because you don't know how to handle kids or nothing. I'm just saying. Now, if you got kids and the devil,
no. I mean that for niggas with kids too. No, fuck that shit. No.
Okay, you all the way in. I like that. You all the way in. I like that. I like that.
I don't give a fuck. You got down on it.
Yeah, all the way to the.
Oh, all the way. Because here's why. Men can do that. Double standards exist. Men can fuck a lot of bitches and still be loved and respected. Because guess what? The bitch don't want a nigga that ain't got a lot of niggas after him anyway.
But you're right.
His value goes up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Women
saying?
go down.
Yeah. But
my mama had a husband. I didn't like him. And he knew it. I gave that man hell, man. You know what? I gave that man hell for no reason. And before he died, I made peace with that man because you don't believe it or not. This man really, his whole life tried to make me a man. And I fought against it. And my mama fought against it. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, hey, let that boy do that. Don't worry about that. My mom be like, nah, baby, I do it before you go. And he used to get infuriated. And I'd be like, that whole ass nigga, he used to do, but he was really like, hey, man, you need to do something. And I didn't see, I was sorry just not doing that. So guess what? I got older. And I say, when he came around and I saw him, I had to tell him as a man to me, I said, I'm sorry, dude. I broke that relationship up. And just being a spoiled asshole young nigga, he said, don't run in and out of my house. I'm doing that on purpose, nigga. 12, 1 o'clock. He didn't play that. He was a man. But I thought he was a hoe. And that man really tried to work with me, but he was really being a man. And I didn't see that. When I became a man, I apologize, nigga. I see what you was doing. You was not wrong. And you know what he told me? You right. I got this his ring, their marriage ring. I end up with it just as a symbol to say, like, damn, this nigga here was 100. And that's true though, Rock. I fucked it. He tried. I'm talking about bring me. Anything he do wasn't good. It don't, and I was horrible to that dude. And I swear that man was cool to me. That man was cool. I'm talking about, listen.
Yeah.
He got stories. I'm talking about.
And I'm gonna tell you another reason why too, right? A lot of them never really treat you with the same level of love, respect as they did their child's father. A lot of, I'm telling you, bro. A lot of them, bro. You wasn't their first choice, man.
Don't do that, Rock.
See, they baby daddy was that nigga. That was that nigga. They broke all the rules for that nigga. That nigga got away with everything, but that nigga just didn't want to do right. So it's not, all I'm saying is don't be surprised if you her option.
But you know what, Rock? You talking to the choir, because you know every nigga out here think he got a third baby leg and he gonna change the world with that motherfucker. That bitch gonna love me. Every nigga think that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell him that. You know what I'm saying?
They think they got big superpowers.
Man, you bet. Listen, I'm just saying. Every nigga think I
do this.
Hey,
listen. She already made a choice what she gonna be regardless. She done already made that choice. You can try to cage her, but the last time I checked, niggas in jail want to get out. They gonna break out their jail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. So, man, we passed the 2 hours, man. I'm gonna save some of these other topics for next week, man. Where Raz at? Raz, he say check.
I'm right here.
Okay, cool, man.
I had to be a patriot for a few seconds there.
Okay. You know what? I gotta do one more.
Proud to be American.
I gotta do this one, y'all.
In the USA. That's how you need to go out, brother. Yeah, look, Rand. He got it.
I gotta do this one, y'all. One more. Yeah, I gotta do this one because this one gonna get old quick.
What the Trump song is. I'm proud to be in America.
All right, here go mute real quick, y'all.
All right.
Well, you're supposed to be with the customer. Oh, not in this. Not in this room. I'm the boss here, Robin. Nope, but I pay her, so she does what I say. And you'll be fine. You want to leave? Well, if you don't get my hair. You have your color on, and you want to talk to me like that? Yeah. Robin! Sure. Robin, she's my assistant. She does hair. I want you to do my hair. Robin, I tell you again. Robin, don't talk to me that way. You can go. No, you're not going to talk to me that way. Oh my God. Robin, you don't. Robin, you're not going to talk to me disrespectfully. It is like you don't either. I'm not going to have you do my hair. Wait, I'm on. Right. And just relax. Take it back. I will. Take it back. Robin, you can't talk to people like that and think that people are just gonna like do whatever you say. I came to get my hair. I know, and I am running a full-blown business, and I'm training her. And wait, honestly, Robin, if you don't want to hear me out and like get to the resolution of this, you can leave with half your color on. Are you gonna fucking hit me? Robin, get the fuck out. Robin, get out, and do not cause a scene in my business. You just almost went to hit me, and you know what? It's on camera. Robin, you didn't? Oh, get out. Here, let me get this. Oh my God. Ew, Robin, that was fucking disgusting. You just made me waste products. Oh my God, you're gonna let me go. You want to get your shit in my hair. Look how you just spoke to me and like she just saw that. Robin, I'm just having. I apologize. I'm having a lot of stress in my life. Robin.
All right, so that was a situation where
white power.
The lady doing the hair, she was talking to her, casual conversation, and you know she felt comfortable. They the same color, whatever, and she was like, "Yeah, you know, I wouldn't let no black woman do her hair," and that's what transpired. So,
white power. What you talking about? White people gonna be white.
Go ahead,
you know that.
What's your thoughts on it?
Hey man, listen. You know white people gonna be white. You know what I'm trying to say?
She kicked that though.
Huh?
She kicked that.
Listen, all white people ain't the same. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you know some, you know, accepted us and they understand. But you got them old ones that are old ways. You know, I don't be surprised when I see white people being white. I just know that I know that's there. For me to say it's not there will be selfish or foolish on my part. Because you know why? We had those moments. You know, I sit here and say cracker, peckerwood all day, Mexican, all that. It's just when we talking amongst ourselves, we think we're amongst people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when we was talking earlier, you defended the white guy, but you wasn't amongst them people. That's why I kept telling you, no, brother. I'm just
defending right.
Don't pay me no mind.
Right. I didn't defend the white guy. I defended the white.
Hey, right.
White ain't got a color, nigga.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just messing with you, bro. I know. I'm just saying though, white people, you know how they do. Yeah. And I see that, like I say, the theme is fuck around and find out. She thought she had her one, and she found out that white girl, and then threw a little punch, huh? I like that. Them women gonna throw a punch. One thing about a woman, they feel violated, they gonna punch, man. They don't give a shit. They gonna try. White women, shit.
Yeah. So me, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. Make my money.
Yeah. 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 I like that, Rock. I like you see the dollar. You see the green. I understand.
Now, to your defense, let me say this. What is ironic, and this is where I agree with you on, I find it very, very insane and ignorant and crazy how a black person can walk up to me and just gradually go anti-Trump on me as if they know.
Yes. That happened all the time. Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, man, I know, man, that fucking Trump, man, he's a bastard, bro. Fucking asshole. I be like, that's because I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm anti-Trump, and I be looking at this nigga like, you got me. In my mind, like, nigga, you got me.
Rock, you got to start singing the song. Proud to be American. Born in the USA.
Hey, let me hit on the subject. Let me hit on the subject.
Quick, and I be like, I'm saying they be so comfortable.
Let me hit on the subject, bro. I know what I'm gonna say gonna be controversial. I got 3 points to make. Number one, I told y'all earlier in the cast, women are just female men.
Yeah.
Right? For every thuggish nigga you go out, it's a woman. She just smiling. She thug in her heart, just like that dude. They just smile and they pretty. Number two, the most dangerous person in the world today is a white woman. Right?
Yes.
I'm gonna elaborate. We gotta get out of here. But on that note, let me ask every Negro on this panel. Would you sit in a white barber's chair?
No.
If you don't know him?
No.
So is she wrong? Is she really wrong?
Why you go there, Rap? Why you go there, Rap? And I know Rap like that. Rap, you like that
tomorrow without this camera in our face. We ain't gonna think nothing about that.
We ain't gonna think nothing of it.
We ain't gonna think nothing of that.
I know
and what I want to commend white people for, when they are offended when somebody's racist, they fight harder than us. You remember that white dude that was tearing them sounds down like that? Black Lives Matter. I was like, I like this dude, bro. They'll fight harder for us than when they believe in us, bro. They'll fight harder for us. So I commend. I ain't see no wrong there, right?
I know
there was 2 white people, like John Bryant said when it comes to the economy. He told them on the Breakfast Club, he said, it's not our fight. He said, this is equivalent to somebody putting their fist up and you hitting your face against it.
Yep.
That ain't our fight, bro.
Hey, I know a Hispanic person who personally will tell you, I don't want no Hispanic person cutting, no Hispanic barber cutting his hair. He like them black fades.
I ain't seen that. I feel like she felt she could say that, honestly. I'm not a fan of white women, if it's safe to say that. I got friends, but I know a lot of stuff been done to me by Caucasian women, and look at me, bro. I am absolutely unintimidating. You know what I'm saying? So what?
We're not gonna have the white women hate, because there ain't nothing like a big pussy white woman.
I got but it's just like niggas and track me.
Now the men I hate now. I got white hate on the men, but the women now.
They just like niggas at track meets with knives in their hand. It's
That's all right.
Nigga.
I can stick up with a different knife, though. You understand? I cut a little different.
Man, I guess, man, for me, man, I think that's one part about me that I'm proud about. Like, bro, I just ain't quick. I ain't no like quick reactor. Like to, man, nigga cuss me out or mother call me a nigga. I laugh at a nigga right now. White boy call me a nigga. I'm like, you a nigga too. You a crack or something? I don't know. I don't be ready to turn into Incredible Hulk, bro.
Yeah.
But when a white person called me a nigga, I tell him you're absolutely correct. Do you know what that means now? You know what's going to happen. Since I am a nigga, after you have acknowledged I'm a nigga, You know some nigga shit finna happen right after this, right? So you know what's finna happen because you asking for this. I'm just saying, I'm agreeing with you. I'm gonna give you what you looking for, the nigga. Because you could got the intelligent black man, but you want the
On
nigga.
behalf of at my mama's house, we do not condone violence, y'all.
No, not violence. No violence. No, we are peaceful people, and less provoked. You know.
Trust.
I don't think the white woman was wrong because I ain't letting no white boy cut my damn hair. I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Not letting no white boy cut my goddamn hair.
No.
Yeah, no, I ain't letting no white boy cut
It wasn't
my hair.
I ain't letting
favorable,
the
but I
Mexican
don't
or
see nothing
nobody.
wrong. It's not a favorable opinion, right? It ain't something we smile at in public, but it was, I ain't seen I'm not gonna let no white boy cut my hair. So we probably would agree. I probably would have stood up for the white tail. Hey, she good.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she ain't wrong.
She ain't wrong.
Yeah, we don't want to do her hair.
Yeah.
We don't want to do no dog hair. We all right. We all right.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I ain't see no problem with it. To me, I felt like the beautician overreacted. I'm gonna be honest, it made me question her validity as a black loving person. Like, you did the most. I don't know.
Well, the camera was on, right? And if somebody would have seen that camera and she didn't defend black people, that would have changed her life.
Yeah,
that camera was on.
That camera was on. She got her viral moment. God,
she probably cut it off and apologized. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck them niggas. Yeah, fuck them niggas. I don't want to cut my hair. I feel
she cut the camera off and say, yeah, break them niggas.
God damn, that was a good show, bro. Man, we appreciate the Raz for coming on. You got to come on again.
I'm as much as I can, bro. As much as I can, man.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff. I ain't gonna edit it tonight. I'm going to sleep. You know, it's late, so we like an hour, 2 hours ahead. But sometime tomorrow evening, I'm gonna start editing. It's a lot of good clips in this episode, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so
glad I can be some use, bro.
We out here, man.
All right.
Good night.
All right, world.